Welcome, everybody, to Newcastle Fans TV. I am delighted to be hosting again for at least a little bit. I'm Steve Mahala from America. You guys probably recognize me by now, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to be here. I'm not so excited about the match and some of the results this morning or afternoon for you guys in the UK or wherever you are in the world. The results have not gone our way. Norwich going away to Brentford and winning 2-1. Now we're bottom. We're bottom of the table. And Jordy, tuned for life. Evening, Steve. Evening to you, Mr. Jordy, sir. Kenny with C. Barber still closed in the USA. Yeah, not good results so far today in terms of the teams around us. Then Burnley tying up with Chelsea. Yeah, just as Kenny mentions that. Afternoon, Kevin, too. What's going on? Yeah, I am extremely concerned about the game against Brighton in about a half hour time. I'm very, very concerned. And part of this concern is, surprise, surprise, the shoddy lineup. I'm not a fan at all of this lineup, and we'll go over Newcastle's first. So you got Carl Darlow in goal, Jacob Murphy, Emil Kraft, Jamal Lascelles, Kieran Clark, and Matt Ritchie. That looks like a back five to me, in my opinion, right here. And then Isaac Hayden, John Joe Shelby, Miguel Miron. So that's all right. Miggy and Hayden, but fucking John Joe Shelby. So this looks like five, and then the three midfielders. And then two up top with Callum Wilson and ASM. And honestly, that's how we are going to get our points today. Well, it's going to have to be because of a team performance. But sadly, I think we're playing for a draw, which is a pretty pathetic mentality. And just as I say that, Kevin Fawcett says team is set up for a point. Shocking lineup. I agree. Yeah, just let me know, guys, what you think of the lineup. I give this lineup, if I were to grade it, probably about a 4 out of 10. There are 4 things that I like about the lineup. Everything else is pretty shocking. Dallas Schwartz, morning from California, 10 a.m. here in NorCal. Lads need to get the points today. And notice how Dallas Schwartz says points, plural. So that means 3. I'm not happy with a point, guys. I don't know about you, but I am not happy with a point today. We need to. It has to stop at one certain point. At a certain point, we need to start getting wins. Wins is the key to survival, not points. 1 point loss, 1 point loss, lost point. You know, we have to start getting 3 points, and we got to start now, and we got to somehow win this game. Do I think we'll win this game today? No. But the lads need to step up. They need to step up and get us the 3 points. Another thing I'd like to say about the lineup is, where's Karl Dubravka? Where's Dubravka? Is he healthy? Is he fit? I would much rather have Dubravka in than Karl Darlow, because Darlow has not been excellent as of late. Crafton, Lascelles, and Clark would crumble in a 3, must be a 5. Yep, probably. Park the bus plus the driver as well. Again, agreed. Fulham drew last season, result down. Exactly. That lineup will be about as entertaining as watching snow melt. I was thinking the same thing. It's like trying to enjoy Chinese water torture. It's not going to be fun. So Dubravka on the bench again, despite being our best keeper. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that decision either, to be honest. Shelby getting game time must be a rough situation in the dressing room. Shelby needs to make an actual point to me and to every Newcastle fan of, why are you starting this game? Are you actually doing well in training? Are you actually going to translate those, the good stuff in training to an actual good performance for 90 minutes? Dubravka playing next week for international for Slovakia. Yeah. Why change Manquillo when he was our best player against Chelsea, yet Ritchie still starts? That's another very good question. And Graeme Jones, to me, bad lineup, man. Bad lineup. I'm not happy to see Shelby either, Frank, to be honest. There's a lot wrong with this lineup. Again, I would grade this about a 4 out of 10. This is disastrous, man. We're playing for a point? No. We need some offense, man. We need some offense because we can't defend. Our defenders are shit. Connor Chalmers. Hey, Steve. Good to see you, my friend. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm being pretty optimistic pessimistic. I'm quite pessimistic about the game against Brighton, but I'm doing good. I'm enjoying my Saturday. And hopefully Newcastle can actually pull something out of the bag and make it even better. What's the news on Eddie Howe? Nothing official announced yet, but it just seems like what's going on and around Twitter and different reports and whatnot, it seems like Eddie Howe is going to be our next manager. And honestly, like Will says, we need a new manager and coaching staff ASAP. And I 100% agree with this. We need to out with the old and in with the new, all of them. Graeme Jones too. It's harsh, but we're not a charity club. We're not giving out stuff for free and being nice guy. No, this is a football club, and we need to survive in the Premier League. It's as simple as that. It really is. It's as simple as that. So, Yeah, I agree. New manager in, new coaching staff as soon as possible. We need it by that Brentford game. We need him by that Brentford game after the international break, which I believe, if I'm looking at the date right now, it's the 6th. So in about 2 weeks' time for the match against Brentford at home. We need him by November 20th. We absolutely need Eddie Howe in, or a good manager of some kind by the 20th. Absolutely. Why can't we just start our best team, says James. Dubravka, Shar, Mankey, Willock should all come in. I agree. We need to start our best team. I don't know what Graeme Jones is really thinking. It's probably just I don't even know what to say, man. This Clown Jones has no bottle either. I agree with that. He's a nice guy and all that, but like I just said, we're not a charity. We need to start being ruthless, and if you're not good enough for the job, you get out. Reports on Twitter that Howe will be in the director's box at Brighton. Interesting news. Mark, looks like he's a West Ham fan. Howe turned down Newcastle job due to not being able to bring his own staff in. I hope that's not true, but we'll see. We'll just have to see what happens and what transpires. So, went over the Newcastle lineup. May as well look at our extremely, our talented opponents here that we're coming up against in Brighton and Hove Albion. I mean, my God, the way that Graham Potter has these guys playing is unbelievable. I mean, if we just take a quick look at the table, I mean, my God. So, there we go. If we look at the table here, they're 7th in the league with 4 wins, 4 draws, and only 2 losses. So Man United have lost more games than Brighton. Arsenal have lost more games. Wolves have lost more games. Not many teams only have 2 losses. Liverpool, Chelsea, obviously those two. They have same amount. Only Liverpool and Chelsea have less losses than Brighton. I mean, that's shocking. That's crazy. But Graham Potter is an excellent manager, as we can see, and the record shows it. And the work that he's done at Brighton over the past few years, he's also shown that he is more than up for it as well. So with the Brighton lineup, they've got Robert Sanchez in goal, Tariq Lamptey, Mark Cucurella, the recent purchase from Getafe, Lewis Dunk, Bissouma, Trossard, Mwepu, Adam Lallana, Solly March, Shane Duffy, and Joel Veltman. So it looks like the 3 center backs would be Duffy, Veltman, and it would be Lewis Dunk. Cucurella and Lamptey would be left and right. And then I'm assuming Bissouma, Mwepu, and Solly March and Lallana. So maybe a 5-4-1. Maybe on Google they can actually show me what their formation is, but we'll see during the game. But yeah, Brighton are formidable opponents. 2-2 draw recently with Liverpool, a 2-2 draw in the FA Cup. Also, they lost in penalties to Leicester City. 4-1 against Man City. There's no shame in that, really. Scoreless draw with both Arsenal and Norwich, which is a bit surprising. And then they drew 1-1 with Brighton. But they've got some good wins on their they've got some very good results on their resume as so far this season. So it looks like that they'll probably be, maybe a 4-2-3-1. Actually, now that I think about looking at the Liverpool lineup, they lined up with Cucurella as the right back, Lewis Dunk, Duffy, and then Joel Veltman. So it looks like it's going to be a 4-2-3-1, actually. I forgot that Veltman can play as a right back, actually. So that's a fair point. But yeah, this will be this is going to be a very tough game for Newcastle to get any points out of this game. To be honest, I think it'll be 3-0 Norwich, or sorry, not Norwich, 3-0 Brighton, and it's gonna. I think that for the first half, we'll maybe let in a goal or maybe even go in 0-0 at halftime. But I'm not. I don't. Right now, in the form that Brighton are in Newcastle, it looks as if we're gonna be played off the park, which we will be, but then also beat on the score sheet as well. So I mean, I'm not very optimistic. But let's see what else. What you guys are really saying. Smash Pumpkin. Don't believe everything you read. How is at the ground today? Interesting. Brighton came from 2 down against Liverpool last week, draw 2-2. That's actually a very good point, Kenny Wilshire. Because especially considering that we've taken the lead sometimes in games this year. I remember the Spurs game and the West Ham game and or probably one or two others where we took the lead, but then we concede and then we don't get the win. So if Brighton can go 2 down to Liverpool and then score 2 and then get a point out of Liverpool, if they can come back against Liverpool, they'll be able to come back up against us, which is just why I don't see us taking 3 points. We could maybe get a draw. But we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play really, really well and defensively really, really well. And it seems like Take It Easy is going for a 1-1 as his prediction. Brighton can score. Absolutely, Kenny. Sammy's hoping for a 2-0 win. I'd take a 2-0 win. That'd be extremely impressive. 20% possession again, says Aaron. Probably. No need for panic. We've already got rid of Asgkey and have bags of money. Championship for a season, and then after building a mega team, cool beans. I see your point, but the problem with one thing I would have to say about that is if we go down to the championship, we're already not a super attractive side due to where we are in the Premier League. We're now bottom of the table in the Premier League. And we're not going to be able to attract world-class talent. I understand that money talks, and that's a valid point. But if we go down to the championship, it is going to be even less attractive for a potential, world-class managers or players or coaching staff, higher-ups, CEOs, sporting directors, trainers, etc. It's going to be less attractive if we're in the championship. Yeah, exactly. We can't even get a manager. Don't mention player. But I can see where Ed. I can understand to an extent. And I wouldn't be super worried about going down the championship. It's just the championship is extremely hard to get promoted from. We don't want to be stuck in there for, get in there a year. That's what happened with Hamburg in Germany. I remember they got relegated probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And obviously they don't have quite the money that we do, but they have obviously an extremely good reputation in Germany. Hamburg do, and they've been stuck in the 2 Bundesliga for the past 4 seasons. So you're never guaranteed. And before that, Hamburg were never relegated from the Bundesliga. So we can't exactly just be like, oh, we'll spend a season in the championship and then just go straight back up, because it doesn't work like that. Even though Hamburg have a lot of money compared to other 2 Bundesliga sides, I mean, shit, they're still in there. And then Kenny brings up the English equivalent of that, of a European champion who won who's won the European Cup before, but they're in the second tier of their division. Nottingham Forest, 2 European Cups, and they're 19 years in the championship. And we just saw it with Leeds, who got promoted last year. They were stuck down there for quite a while. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So the championship, I don't ever want to see us in that. But yeah. Jordy Bill, again, this is more reason to be pessimistic, I guess. We have never beaten Brighton in the Premier League, and we've scored once. Now, Brighton have been in the Premier League for, I believe, 4 straight years now, maybe 5. But we've played at least 8 games against them, and we've only scored in 1. So I agree. We have a horrible record against them. We really do. So I'm not very optimistic. Brighton will win, says Astonico. Probably. It seems like he is a Brighton fan. Up the Seagulls. Good luck to you, my man. I don't know. We're not talking sort of rich. We're much better off than the Ashley years. 100%. 100% have to make that clear. I agree with you. These guys, I would take a year in the championship with our owners rather than Mike Ashley. 100% agreed with that. We're much better off than the Ashley years, and I'm fine with bouncing around for a few seasons. Me too. Getting our sea legs in that. I agree. Yeah, Brighton came up with us, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. And they've done well to stay up. There's been something going on in training, because why does Jones persist on starting Richie, Darlow, and Kraft? I have beggars belief, dude. I have no idea. Especially Richie, because we've seen twice last year, if you guys remember, those 3-0 just absolutely, they were terrible performances, and Tariq Lamptey had an absolute field day against Richie at the same position, and Brighton are even better, and we're even worse. Doesn't bode well for us. We have to change something up, and we have to change the way that we play, man. We have to change the way that we play. So, come on, the Toon Army, NUFC. Hope today the day we win a game of football. Me too. Absolutely. Would love nothing more than a win. Look, we're not even halfway through the season. Don't worry, we will be okay. Yeah. I can understand that, Lloyd. I can understand that. There's lots of managers that would love to manage Newcastle, but sadly, your owners have lots of money. But it looks like they're a bit clueless to running a football club. I think it is a little bit too early to judge the owners quite yet. They are new to this sort of thing, and so they will be learning on the job. But I think it would be harsh to say, oh, they're clueless and they've only owned the club for a month? So 36 more points needed. That's the big problem. We need a lot more to get to that 40. This is going to be really tough. It's going to be a really tough game, and Brighton will play the way that we want Newcastle to play. We'd be very fortunate to come away with a point today, but we need to attack for the win at all costs, especially with the bottom teams picking up points this weekend. Absolutely, it's already happened, man. Absolutely. I wanted to ask you guys, who is your danger man for Brighton? Who are you guys looking out for? Because I'll pull up their lineup again. Because they have a very formidable side. And their manager is very, very good as well. But to me, I'll do some sort of like kind of keys to the game type thing. We need to keep Tariq Lamptey quiet, and really, we have to hope to God that Brighton don't have their shooting boots on today. But they've been getting better with that this year, especially with the expected goals sort of statistic that plagued Brighton last year. They were actually more of like a top 6 side if they converted more of their expected chances than they have. And Cucurella says Will. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic little player. Great pickup for Brighton. Eden says Lamptey. Lamptey's always a danger when he plays us, says Jordy Bill. Spherical Cow, Basuma, absolutely. Lots of good stuff to like about his game. But yeah, it's tough. Both fullbacks for me. Yeah, I agree with that. Danny Welbeck is on the bench too. That'll be interesting to see. Oh, I didn't even go over the benches for either side. My apologies. We'll go with Brighton, though. They've got Steele, Webster, Neil Maupay on the bench, Alexis McAllister, the Argentinian, Pascal Gross, who I really like, actually. Is that Motor, and Jurgen Locadia, Richards, and Sarmiento. So some players I am familiar with, like Jurgen Locadia, who was actually on loan at FC Cincinnati last year. So I saw a few games of him in the States. But Trossard's the obvious danger man too. but it doesn't look like he is on the bench. Maybe he's injured or something. Is Trossard in there? No, it doesn't look like he is. Oh, no, he is. My bad. Bissouma Mwepu Trossard. Okay, my bad. Trossard is in there. He's done really well this year. Lamptey is dangerous, especially against Richie. 100%. 100%, man. And, of course, we got our guy, Carl. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, but the football is probably going to change that a little bit.
It's worrying. It is a worrying time, definitely. I've only just realised that we're actually bottom of the league, so yeah, worried.
I watched the Norwich and Brentford game today, man, on one of my many phones and laptops and whatnot. And whenever I peeked over Norwich, I mean, Timu Pukki took his goal really well, and they look good. And Brentford, I think they'll survive this year, but Norwich don't look like they're giving up anytime soon, and that's going to do the world of confidence for them, to be honest. And we're the only Premier League team without a win. That's also the other damning thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I was surprised that that Brentford lost. To be honest, I was expecting.
I was too.
I was expecting a little bit more from them. So yeah, worrying times. And after having a look at the lineup, I'm not overly. What's the word?
I mean, this is shocking. This is like a 3 or 4 out of 10, man.
Yeah.
This is a Steve Bruce lineup, and you know what? We would criticize and crucify Bruce for this, and I got to do the same to Graeme Jones. What the fuck are you doing, man? Why is John Joe Shelvey on the bench? Why is he even in starting? Like, what's going on? What is going on? John Joe Shelvey needs to, and I mean needs to, prove why he is in the starting 11, because from the outside looking in and his past performances over the past year or so, or maybe even longer, he's been shit. He's been shit. He's been lazy. There's one good pass a game, and that's it. Offers nothing defensively. He needs to prove a lot of people wrong today.
Definitely, I do agree. Like people are saying in the comments as well, and I think we've said previous weeks, if it was Steve Bruce, we'd be giving him a lot of stick. So it's not good enough. I think a part of me thought that Eddie Howe would have been on the phone, giving some sort of update as to how he wanted the team to play. But yeah, I don't think that deal's off, by the way. I know I've seen people say that in the comments. It's the Mirror just trying to run a story, I think.
Right.
Yeah, just square pegs and round holes.
We'll see what if it's official. We'll see when it is, and if it isn't, then we move on, and we need to move on quick. I don't mind all the gossip and stuff. I don't pay attention to that. It's all just fucking drivel to me, to be honest. So, what's going on, Josh? How you doing, man?
Yes, all good.
TV, what's going on?
All good, man. Drivers before kickoff.
Yeah. What do you think of this horrible lineup? Or do you So is it okay to disagree?
Steve Bruce team. Jones is a Steve Bruce coach. He's done all right, but I think he needs to leave the club as well, personally. It's a terrible lineup.
And Brighton are just going with their strong lineup, too, a 4-2-3-1. And they're probably going to play us off the fucking park. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I don't know why Bradford's not back in.
I know. And Tariq Lamptey line up against Matt Ritchie. Like, what are you doing? We all knew that was going to come. Why would you play him?
He's licking his lips, man. It's light work for him. He's going to have no game there, is he?
No, definitely not. I'm okay with Miggy starting. I wanted Miggy to start for the last couple of games anyway, but
Miggy should be one of the first names on the team sheet. Every week he should be one of the first names on the team sheet. He's the only one that gives everything.
So, but let's hope we're wrong. Score predictions, Steve. What are you going for a score prediction?
3-0 Brighton. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for them. I'd be surprised if we have more than 2 shots on goal or 2 shots.
What about yourself, Josh?
Pessimistically, I'll take a 1-1.
Oh dear.
I don't
know.
I don't know about you, Josh and Carl. I wouldn't be happy with the point. I would not be happy with the point at all.
It doesn't help, does it? That's the thing. It doesn't help anymore at all.
When Norwich are winning games, we need more than a fucking point. That is as clear as day for me.
We need a win. It's massive. This game's huge for us. It's ridiculous. At this stage of the season, how big a game this is.
If Norwich can win a game away to Brentford,
Yeah, but Brentford is shit.
And then we gotta at least put some fucking effort in. I mean, it's just not good enough, to be honest.
Brentford will drop like a stone now. They've been found out. People know what they're about. They weren't so sure when they first come up. They put in a couple of big performances against big teams, but they'll be bottom 3. They're not good enough for this league.
Nah, I think they'll stay up. I think it's just a rough stretch because I think Brentford know what they're doing across all accounts. Like, they've got a good coach. They've got a pretty decent squad. I think that they've recruited well over the summer. And I think that the hierarchy, like, to me, Brentford are one of those teams that, yeah, they aren't a big club by any means, but they have ambition, and that's going to carry you a long way. And absolutely. I think that they will survive. I think there are 3 worse teams than Norwich. Than Brentford.
Us, Norwich, and Burnley.
Possibly, yeah, Burnley. But even Burnley got a point away to Chelsea.
It's all right. Once Eddie Howe's in, we'll kick on. I think the 2-week international breaks come at the perfect time if he's coming in, because it gives him a chance to get these fit. Because we are possibly the unfittest squad in the Premier League, and it's embarrassing to watch.
There's no way we aren't.
Oh, there's the big man. There he is. That's our new manager.
I think I'm a little bit behind.
Oh, I'm actually on BT Sport. I've paid £25 to watch this shit.
I've got it on. I've got BT Sport. I've just.
Have you seen Stavely come out yet?
No.
Oh, Stavely's just walked out with Eddie Howe.
Oh yeah, I've just sent them. Yeah.
Sorry,
brilliant. There it is. No, that's perfect. Well, that is it. Then he's the gaffer.
Jovam KW also in our comment section. Why are we doing 5-3-2 against Brighton? That's my big question. Why? Why are we playing for a draw?
How we the lads?
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. Because we're shy.
Oh, is Eddie Howe? Yeah, he's our manager.
So there you are. That should be confirmation enough that he is the man.
Oh, ref. He's got to be, isn't he? You don't come to the match with the owner and not take the job.
No.
Surely it's just a case of tying up his backroom staff now. That has to be the only hold-up. Oh, fucking hell.
Stranger things have happened in Newcastle, I suppose, but
Shelby is so slow.
Yep. I actually just kicked off.
I'm 44 seconds in, I'll be honest.
That's all right. At least we're going to lose in style tonight. Shit. I love that. I love our away shirt.
Do you know what? I prefer the third shirt.
That's a really nice one too. I like Castor, the stuff they make. It's pretty cool.
Just wish they'd get the sizing right.
Yeah.
Is that your new shirt on, Carl?
Yeah, mate.
Big man things. I love it.
It's a nice tuck, to be fair.
It's not even the front, man. The back. The back's class.
Yeah, appreciate that, mate.
Oh, God.
How's the little one getting on?
Yeah, he's very well, thank you, mate. Very well. Everything is all good. How about your children?
Mine is currently kicking a football against the back window, so yeah, he's mint.
As he should be. To be
fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's mental. Like, I've never forced football on him, and over the last month or so, he's become absolutely obsessed.
Yeah.
There he is. Look.
Say hi.
Hi. Hello, little man.
What's going on?
He's gone. Oh, he's back. But yeah, no, he's become a proper little football fan, so it's good. Luckily, he's fallen into we're the richest club in the world now trap. So
yeah, right.
I mean, I've heard that around a lot, and people are trying to beat us with that stick. They do realize it's not January, right? We're not Barcelona, and we can't get in emergency signings like Martin Braithwaite from Leganés after the window ends, right? And people do realize that, right?
It's mad, the abuse we're getting, and you're like, but we're still shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same group of players, and...
Yeah, of course we're going to be shit. Until any outcome.
This squad that we've got, would you buy any of them except maybe Maxi and Wilson? If you take them two off the table, would you have bought any of these players with the money we've got now?
Maybe Jacob Murphy.
No.
Maybe. We need at least in the January transfer window, we need at least 7. We need at least 7 guys in.
I think he'll make a few free signings, you know. I think there'll be a few that come from Bournemouth.
That'd be nice. We just need to survive. That's all
I saw some talk today about Steve Cook. Is it Steve Cook, the centre-half?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mate.
I saw some talk about him coming in. I won't be against it. I'm not against anyone coming in, to be honest.
No, I'm not against anything.
Like, compared to what we've got, is he any worse than Lascelles?
Nope. He's better than Lascelles, I think.
Just want to see if you go, man. We need to let rid of some of this dead wood. Like, I don't know how Kraft gets in the team.
Yeah.
Has Graeme Jones actually come out and said why he's getting in over Fernandes? Like, Fernandes hasn't got an injury or anything, has he?
He was injured when
Yeah.
Jones first took over, and they're just saying he can't get in the squad,
Yeah,
which
no,
I don't get because he's one of our better defenders.
He mustn't be
Mid.
fit enough because I understood what he was saying about if he's not going to play, then there's no point in being on the bench. 100% get that, and I think that got blown out of proportion. Maybe he's just not fit.
Absolutely, he's not wrong though, is he? If you've got Cher on the bench, you don't need Freddie on the bench as well.
No, definitely not.
But then why Cher not getting in the team?
That's interesting, man.
Like, there's obviously something there, isn't there? Maybe it's something to do with his contract, or who knows? Maybe if he plays a certain amount of games, he triggers another extension, and they're not sure if they want to keep him.
Come on, Wilson. Oh, come on.
So I like the fact that Wilson, Maxi, and Miggy are on the same pitch together. I'm just not. I don't like how it's lined up. But if Maxi's playing as a striker with Wilson, like he's just he takes so much away from his game.
Yeah.
To me, ASM, I think we could get away with playing him as a striker in like an FA Cup game against, let's say, I don't know, Halifax. Like, he would do a job there. You know what I mean? Against Halifax Town or whatever. Or I don't know, Notts County or some shit. We could get away with it against lesser opposition. But in the Premier League, I'm not completely sold as ASM is doing a job as a striker. That's Callum Wilson right there.
They should have scored then, you know.
They scored?
No, they should have. Should have scored. Really free header inside the box, and he had time to take a touch. To be honest, I mean, you'll see it now. I should imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, he's got loads of time. Loads of time. Now. Is that Trossard?
Yeah.
They're probably feeling merciful.
Do you know what? Controversial. I'm quite glad to see Shelby back. He's slow, but he dictates the ball. He wants the ball, and he plays it around so much better than Longstaff.
Yeah. It's okay, Steve. You don't have to agree.
You do.
I'll make my judgment after the performance. We'll be fair to Mr. Shelby. He's gotta actually prove it to me why he's out here. Because Willock for me should start over him. And actually,
yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that. But I don't think Willock's match fit yet. I don't think he's been match fit.
I was gonna say.
Stop! What is that pass?
Is anyone match fit at Newcastle?
No.
Is anyone?
No.
Is it harsh on Mankier as well being dropped for Jacob?
Yeah, 100%. He's been our best player lately. He's our best right back at the club. Why is he not in the team?
Yeah.
An interesting one.
If you're going to play Murphy, I feel like Murphy needs to be further up the pitch because he's a defensive liability.
You can understand him driving forward like he did with that opportunity that he had, but
look at him sitting next to Stavely. I've fallen in love already.
But he's not going to be our manager.
I swear to God.
He's not going to be our manager, guys. He can't hire his backroom staff. The mirror off. Yeah, they're so right, man.
Do you know what was funny as well? They took that story from some local rag. Like, it was embarrassing that they posted it last night on Twitter.
It's probably one of the infamous moles that we've got on Twitter.
Yeah.
What, some like Luke Edwards type of fucking idiot?
Not even that. Like, I don't mean local as in from Newcastle. I mean, it was like just some like daily post or something like that.
The only people that know the ins and outs of what's going on at Newcastle United are the people that physically work there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think fans need to realise that. Like, and even then, like, obviously I do so much with the foundation and I hear things, but we haven't got a clue. No one's got a clue what's going on, except for the people right next to the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same with a takeover. That sprang out of nowhere. Everyone thought, right, it's dead. And then all of a sudden, bang, that day, right, it's happening.
Yeah.
Trust the process, man. These owners have been in place for what? Is it a month now?
Yeah, about a month, something like that.
They've never owned a football club before. Give them a chance.
I know.
They're still learning the ropes. That's why Dopey Charnley's still there, because they don't know what they're doing necessarily yet.
Yeah.
They will, and they'll employ the right people to take the club forward.
It just might take a few months.
It might take a year. It might take 18 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Tristan, I think we can in time. We're not going to immediately attract like massive players, but there's fringe players, like fringe players on that elite level that you could go after. I genuinely think that Donny van der Beek is a genuine option personally.
Yeah, massively.
I hope Solskjaer stays in the job until January.
Yeah,
but we just need Man United to win a few more games, I guess, because the Glazers, it's very easy to tell when they'll fire a manager. They don't care about anything else except top 4 UCL revenue. That's it. They take their money out of Manchester United and then, bam, they're fine. Yeah. They're happy. They have no ambition.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
When I'm talking about Van der Beek, by the way, I mean if we're safe. That is obviously with relegation zone.
I think we'll sign him come January anyway. I think he's a sort of he'd probably be the marquee signing.
He would definitely be the marquee signing.
Carlo, nice.
Take him. I'll take Lingard.
100%.
Me too. Martial, maybe. He's not getting in anytime. To me,
Martial getting in above Wilson though.
What?
Is Martial getting in above Wilson?
Why not play both?
Because then you're dropping ASM.
4-4-2, 4-2-4. Fuck it. I want 4-2-4 back, baby. I mean, seriously, we do need to approach game. Maybe 4-2-4 is a little too extreme, but surely we can find a way. Let's say if we did bring in Martial, and then we have Callum Wilson and maybe Van de Beek also and Lingard. I mean, at least we'll have a good bench.
What do you make of the serious talk around Ter Stegen and Guendouzi as well, by the way?
Guendouzi's staying all day long. Like,
Guendouzi's staying at Marseille. I don't see a way that he leaves.
I think he's a bit too temperamental to come to have at the club as well. Personally, I'm not sure I like his attitude.
Obviously, yeah. So, and that is a good point. I think it really depends on the type. Like Jorge Sampaoli right now is at Marseille, and I watch a bunch of Marseille games almost weekly. Watch a lot of Ligue 1 in general too. Jorge Sampaoli is about as crazy as Guendouzi is, and as Payet and all these other guys. Guendouzi is one of those players where you need to set him up with the right manager who understands his flaws and will work with him and get the best out of him. So, and that's what's happening at Marseille right now with Guendouzi. Ball on who?
Richie crossed it from the left wing. It would have been harsh, but we're going to call every single one because we're shite.
Yep. We need all the help we can get.
Mm-hmm.
That's Lascelles getting a book in.
Already?
Yeah, he's going to put it back. Surely he's booking him. Yeah.
The other thing I like a lot
It's too slow. Sorry, Steve. Go on.
Yeah, I agree. No. I was just about to say the other thing I like about Guendouzi is that at Marseille, Sampaoli is getting him to play lots of different positions, and he's getting overall very good skill set out of him.
Yeah,
both offensively and defensively. I've been massively impressed. He's set up some goals. He set up some goals at Marseille and scored some. It's really working out for Guendouzi. So I would not mind. Guendouzi. I just think he's going to stay at Marseille.
I'll take Aaron Ramsey over Guendouzi.
Say that again, Aaron Ramsey.
All day long. Why not? You don't want to beat Juve.
Yeah.
This is perfect for him. Sitting in our midfield earning 150 grand a week and back in the Premier League. Easy.
How old is he now?
28.
Oh, really? I didn't realise he's still that young.
I'm sure he's only 28, 29.
Yeah.
All day long. He's never spoken about it. Imagine a transfer window signing Ramsey and Van der Beek.
Oh, that'd be fucking disgusting.
A Chuck Lingard in the mix as well.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it's mad that we can even talk about that. Like, I see someone mention Chowdhury on loan again. I was like, are you dreaming?
Yeah, fuck Chowdhury.
We've got money now. Do we know how much money we're going to have? No, but why are we talking about a second-rate Leicester City player that wouldn't get in this team?
I agree. Connor Chalmers, this is a very interesting question. And I would, if Santiago Munoz Would you guys give him a chance between now and January, just with Eddie Howe? He was good with some of the younger players. At Bournemouth, I absolutely would. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose?
I think we need to see him in the under-23s first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. We'll see how he does, because you can't just jump from Liga MX and then jump straight into Premier League relegation battle. It's a big jump up. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, we did talk about these players if we were to stay in the Premier League. Obviously, you missed that little bit, so put your hearing aid back in. You might hear it next time. If we stay in the Premier League, we could potentially sign those players. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not allowed to comment on them comments anymore.
But and then John Bowles makes a good point in the comments section. We need defenders, because honest to God, I would sell all 5, 6, 7, whatever. Get rid of all of them.
I'd keep Manquillo.
Yeah, okay, Manquillo. He's okay. He's okay.
I'd keep Lewis as well.
Yeah, for depth, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Kieran Trippier being linked. I forgot about that as well.
Oh,
that would be
a bit mental. Like a couple of months ago, we would have been happy with Chowdhury. I know I'm gonna keep using him, but and now we're going, oh well, we could get Trippier. What do you mean? Ter Stegen. Well,
I still feel stupid saying it. He's not my first choice.
Like, yeah, people say, yeah, Dubravka's better what than Ter Stegen.
Ter Stegen's Barcelona's number one. Yeah, it's not my first choice.
Yeah, you know. No, I wouldn't take him. To be honest. Play it there. Oh.
Belly 81 Sports making a good point. Matteo Guendouzi is on loan with an obligation to buy at the end of the season, I think for about £11 million at the end of the season. So Newcastle couldn't buy him at the in the January transfer window. But I would take Guendouzi, but again, I think he's going to stay and have a pretty damn good career at Marseille and maybe even more. But I'd be happy to see him. Yeah, absolutely. And then some other, and probably for replacement for Richie. I mean, I wouldn't play Richie ever as a left wing back, but I would look at Przemysław Frankowski for Lens. He's been having an excellent season at Lens, scoring goals. And he originally started out in Poland and then was at my hometown club, Chicago Fire, and did very well as a left wing too. So he is a very excellent player, and he's got some goals and assists so far this year for Lens and playing very well. So I would take Frankowski. There are a few good players in Ligue 1, and I'd have to think about where else, but that's where I mainly watch. Like right now, I've got the Serie A game on, Juventus Fiorentina. Then I've got Lille and Angers. And I've also got to put on the Bundesliga game, Leipzig. And would you guys take Emil Forsberg from Leipzig? Or Nkuku?
I haven't seen enough of him.
I don't know who he is, I'll be honest.
Nkuku? Remember when he scored a hat-trick against Man City this year?
Oh, yeah.
That guy, yeah. Phenomenal player. Phenomenal.
I'll be honest, that's the only game I've ever seen him in. So
of Leipzig, yeah. I'm very well versed, Josh, if you couldn't tell in my European knowledge and in MLS and some Liga MX as well.
I used to be when I had time, man. But
yeah. That's what my weekends are for, man. That's what my weekend's for. I wait until my girlfriend's out of work, and then I'm just watching all types of different football till then.
Do you even sleep, though, Steve? Like, it's like you don't even sleep.
Go on.
Oh, yeah, I sleep.
Go on, drive at them.
You're like what I am with the NFL over here.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I love Isaac Hayden, but his decision-making's terrible. He's so slow at reading the game.
What, bro? Don't let him hear you say that. Man will be in your DMs.
He can hear it. I'm seeing him on Tuesday, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've got an award ceremony to go to.
Cool. Where's that at? At the club?
It's at St James's Park. Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's the annual foundation dinner.
Awesome.
So I'm tagging along to that, which will be nice.
So wait, Rob O'Neill, he says you have to be realistic about players. You will not get Van de Beek, Ter Stegen. Okay, I can see that. But then he says Lingard.
Tell me why. Rob, tell me why.
Yeah.
Why am I going to get Van de Beek?
I don't mind that you have a different opinion, but I guess, explain just a little more of what you mean, or what caliber of player we might attract? You know what I mean?
You're well good saying that, but why can we not get Van der Beek? Is he getting game time at Man United?
Yeah, he's played 15 minutes this season. The only the other option for him was that he was going back to Ajax.
I'd rather go back to Ajax.
League, is he really going to go back to Ajax over Newcastle?
I don't see why not. It's happened before. Like I remember when Luka Jovic got bought from Eintracht Frankfurt, and then he was dismal for Real Madrid through about a half a year, and then they loaned him back to Frankfurt to see if it would get him back, get back playing well and whatnot. So it has been done before, to be fair.
I'd buy Jovic. He's class.
Yeah, I like Jovic too. I just think that Real Madrid are pretty set with Benzema, and who wouldn't? He's an incredible striker. So
I tell you what, I did like the Toni Kroos link. I did like reading that. I think that'd be unreal. Can you imagine coming to the end of his career, step into the Premier League? Why not come to us?
Yeah.
Franck Kessié, I'd love that signing, Kevin.
That's a penalty.
Sam Sarakin, we should get Jules Koundé.
That's a penalty.
Back. Hell yeah, I'd take him.
Surely. Even I think that's a penalty.
What, to Brighton?
Yeah, they're going to give that. I can see that going VAR.
To Brighton?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The only bet that I put on this game is that the second half would have the most goals scored.
Oh, yeah, I've just seen
Kieran Clark is shite, mate. Like, why is he throwing his leg in like that?
Is it if they give it? Surely he's giving it.
That's, for me, that's Stonewall. He's taken out his standing leg.
Oh, I don't know. He's jumped after, hasn't he? His leg shouldn't be there.
Oh, no, it's not a penalty. It's not.
He's dived.
Fucking
book him.
Oh, I don't know, though. There's contact.
Refs all across Europe, America.
There's knee to knee.
Start booking for simulation regularly. Like every
simulation afterwards. That might be what saved us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's knee to knee contact. I think he's going to give it.
Yeah, there definitely is. It's just when he
exaggerated.
You can see that he decides to dive.
Have you got the phrase going? See how clueless Lascelles looks.
Sam Sarakin, another very good transfer suggestion. Young quality players like Jeremy Doku at Stade Rennais. And I'm also very fond of Kamaldeen Suleimana, 17-year-old left winger on Stade Rennes. He's having an excellent.
Oh, he's going to look at it. He's going to give it. It's a penalty.
That's a pen for me.
He's trotting over to look at the screen now.
It's just his simulation after, though. That's what's. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Should cancel out, but either way, regardless of the simulation, which is hard to ignore, but
it's a penalty.
Let's put that to the side for a minute. What is Kieran Clark doing, putting himself in that position?
Does he give it, has he, Josh?
No, he's still looking at the screen. Hands on here. For me, I said straight away, I think it's a penalty.
That's a pen. Sorry.
Every single one of our centre halves is half a yard off the pace. Yeah, penalty.
Fuck. We are.
It is a penalty, though. Like
I think that's a pen.
You can't.
That's bad defending. That's bad defending from Kieran Clark. You don't kick at a guy's leg and the ball's not even close to there. That's poor defending. That's championship level defending right there.
It's a championship level defender, though, isn't he? Like our entire back line is championship. Darlow championship. Lascelles championship.
And to be honest,
Ritchie,
to be honest, with this whole penalty stuff, I'm not biased with this stuff, because if we swapped around the jerseys, we would want a pen.
Even Eddie Howe's fuming. Like they've just cut to Howe and he's pointing out the mistake. I can't wait for him to come in. I think he's going to rip this team apart.
Yeah. Fitness, fitness, fitness. That's the name of the game under Eddie Howe.
Come on, Darlo. You sexy bastard. Come on. Oh, fuck off. Straight down the middle, 1-0.
1-0 Brighton. Shocker? No, not really.
Look at him. Look at that haircut, dickhead. I love this team. You look at that manager there, and he's not shouting to his team. He's not encouraging. He's not barking directions at him. He's still. And that is exactly what Bruce did after we conceded a goal. There's nothing there.
I just saw the penalty now. I'm way behind you guys. Jesus Christ. But I just saw that penalty. Excellent strike from Trossard. That's how whenever I'm just screwing around and playing football, if I got a penalty, that's how I do it. Top corner, right down the middle. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And that's, very good penalty. We go 1-0 down.
It's funny, one of my group chats.
Clark fucking terrible.
One of my group chats, they're all saying it wasn't a penalty.
What?
One of the group chats I'm in, they're all saying it's not a penalty. And you know, you feel like going, are you watching the same game? It's clearly a penalty. There's nothing there. There's not one of them players that are pulling the rest up by the scruff of the neck and saying, do you want to get involved?
Saudi defending, and that's why we need all our defenders. Get the fuck out. Go play in League One or Championship or fucking third division of Belarus. Maybe you'll be good there, but you need to. This is terrible. It's terrible.
I'm calling it now. This is another game, and you can
Definitely
see it already. We're 25
Jason.
minutes in, and Saint-Maximin hasn't been involved once.
Yep.
At all. So that's it. He's out of the game. You might as well take him off the pitch now.
I'd love it if you just turned around at half time and said, look, go and get yourself in the fucking dressing room and have a word with them.
Yeah.
Fucking sit Graeme Jones down. Give him his P45. Because I've said this for months. For months. Even with the England side, I don't care that they got to the final. They played shit football.
Oh,
and it was because he was involved.
Yeah. England played well for about 5 or 10 minutes a game, and then usually they'd get a goal out of absolutely fucking nowhere, and then they'd advance.
The funny thing about that is that our star striker, Harry Kane, was dreadful the whole tournament, and we still made it to the final.
Yeah.
But home advantage. Like,
it's not a mystery that Graeme Jones hasn't been invited back to the England setup.
When you let a team like Italy, who have historically been a more defensive side, and you lean on those excellent defenders and hit them on the counter, when you let them outplay you, and then Italy did that the entire tournament to anyone they came up against, they outplayed them, outplayed their opposition for the majority. That's embarrassing. Yeah.
The reason I get so frustrated about it is because we all get, like, rightly so, Steve Bruce was not good enough, but neither is Graeme Jones.
Yep.
Oh, that's a stinker.
Two truths can apply at once. I agree.
We're dreadful. Like, you know, when you're watching it, you just think, we are terrible. This is why we're bottom of the league. No, we're just shit. We're just dreadful.
No, I agree.
ASM has to play fucking defense. He's marking. Yeah.
Was it Brighton he disappeared against last season as well?
Cucurella, strike, way off.
Good ball, good ball. Go on. Oh, Isaac Hayden just got in behind. He should have done so much better with that pass. Right, we've got a corner. Are you there?
I've just come. Isaac Hayden just won a corner, I think.
Oh, nice touch, ASM, to try to do something there. Good ball.
Win it? No. Win it? No. That's our ball, surely. Surely. Thank you. Right, whip it in. Whip it in. He's pulled him down. That's a pen. Nope. Fucking hell. Honest to God.
Why is Richie taking corners? Why?
That's a penalty. That's a penalty. He has pulled his shirt. That's a penalty.
Is it going to VAR?
No, he's played on. It's us, isn't it? But he's pulled his shirt.
I haven't seen it.
Check over. He's not giving it. Yeah, no, it went to VAR. Nothing. I felt like that was a pen.
I mean,
speaking of Nkuku, he just scored for Leipzig against Borussia Dortmund. Class. Fucking class.
What?
so done, man.
Let me see.
Newcastle United doing Newcastle United things.
Jay in Atlanta, our American representative with me. Brutal, lads. Just brutal to watch this half. Yeah. I mean, we're just getting bent over and pummeled. It's not fun. Yeah. Brighton have a good manager and some decent players, though, and that's the difference. It looks like they're fit.
Not on this one.
Definitely, Graham Potter's been excellent for them. They have definitely got some excellent players.
Yeah. He's done a great job with Brighton, hasn't he? Like,
More power to you, Moynihan plays. All respect for all Newcastle fans. You're the most loyal fans in the country, but I'm a Brighton fan, fair enough. And it's great to see us actually scoring and winning games this season. It is actually pretty cool to see Brighton pull off some miracles. And you know what? Just like Brentford, to me, they recruit well. They've got a great coach. They've got ambition right now. And our players on Newcastle don't have the ambition. And neither does Graeme Jones. And that's why we're going to do a whole complete revamp.
Yeah, showing no respect to the likes of Liverpool, going 2-0 down and coming back and earning a deserved point out of it.
FA in the EFL Cup, they 2-2 draw with Leicester City. Again, a side that they're probably, equal-ish footing on, I suppose, but Brighton still would be underdogs in that game. But they didn't advance, but took them to pens, 2-2. Score goals and defend. 63% Brighton possession, and ours is 37%. And honestly, that's probably double the amount that I thought we would have. But we're not doing anything with it. We're doing nothing.
We don't want the ball. You can see it.
Yeah. We're not fucking Atletico Madrid, man. What is this? Seriously.
I tell you what, when it's not going Max's way, he's terrible. I'm throwing out there. I don't even care. Yeah. He's terrible when it's not going his way. When he's on his day and he's bursting with energy and he's running at people, he's fantastic. But this Maxi right now is a liability, and he's like this more times than he's good.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. What I would say as well, ladies and gentlemen, we are running around 260 viewers. Please smash the like button. We are lacking to that.
Absolutely.
Also, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Plenty of content to come up afterwards and over the coming days, especially with the imminent announcement of Eddie Howe. Everyone's seeing him in the crowd.
How we the lads, so we the lads.
I'd say he'll leave.
It's a perfect name, isn't it, really? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it works very well.
Not like that Spanish bloke.
I don't know who you're talking about. Not that Unai guy.
Never heard of him, me. To be honest, he flopped the first time he was in the league.
Sammy Fires from KSA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Welcome. Yes, we do. We do need 2 holding midfielders. We also need 10 defenders.
We need 11 players to replace the shit we got on the pitch right now. A lot of it's got to go on Jones because the formation's terrible. The
The
lineup
lineup
is
is
terrible.
capable. Also, the player personnel selection is terrible too.
There's no game plan. What are they doing?
Yeah.
They're just sitting so deep. Brighton are just pissing around with the ball in the middle of the park, and we're just letting them do it.
We look
This
like
is Brighton. We're not playing
we-
Liverpool. We're not playing Manchester United. We're not playing Manchester City. We're playing Brighton. They're a second-rate team like us. Like, why are we letting them knock the ball around like this?
Yeah.
Why are we showing them this much respect? Yeah, they're a great team. Like, under Potter, they've done fantastic. But why are we letting them do this?
It's a mentality thing.
We all know that Eddie Howe coming in, he's literally going to go on the front foot. He talks about that being his philosophy. He said himself he'll never ever set up to not win a game or to not get beat. That's just not in his nature. So
Which is what this is.
Do we do that? Why do we do that?
He beat Chelsea 3-0 and 4-1 or 4-0, and then he had a win against Man United, I believe,
And
he
had the
has a
audacity
big
to do
boy-
a video about how he did it.
Oh, it's fantastic, that video as well. If you get a chance to watch that, it's fantastic.
Yeah, where he talks about his man marking system and whatnot. Yeah, never leaving a space open. That's got to require perfect execution, though, like he says from the players.
But Rafa had them drilled. Rafa had them
Yep.
doing that. This same team, minus obviously Wilson and Maxi, Rafa had them doing that. We were drilled. And it's not like it's a completely different back four. I just, when you watch, that is soft.
The difference between our back four then and now is fitness.
Yeah.
That's why they've regressed so much, the fitness. And maybe age too, but yeah.
That's how bad it is. We're sitting so deep, allowing them so much time that the fans are fucking olaying every time they pass the ball. That's where Newcastle United are at the moment.
I'd love to play Newcastle. I'd love to watch us play us because
they're toying with us, man.
It was just, This isn't the Newcastle I grew up watching. Like saying about attacking football, when we had Keegan, it was you score 2, we'll score 3, and that's what I want to watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't care if our defensive shit, if our attack is doing bits.
Yeah.
Oh, Lascelles, make that decision properly.
I'm so done with this fucking setup.
Look at the room. Go on, score. Score. Ref, you play on there. He's knocked the ball out to one of our own men. You play on.
The cuckoo.
Oh, fuck off, Jones. The thing is, what does he go in at half time and say? What has Jones got in his locker that changes this?
Absolutely nothing. Get fucking Eddie Howe in there.
He's got Bruce on fucking speed dial. Long ball. Oh, my word. Oh. That sums us up. A very simple pass to the byline to Murphy, and he's fired it in at him at 100 miles an hour, and it's going straight out of play.
Just embarrassing. just straight up embarrassing. This is fucking abysmal. I have no words.
The away fans are fantastic, though. Go on, Maxi, you lazy bastard. You'll see it in a minute, but Maxi needed to go full stretch then. Put that defender under pressure. What are you waving your hands for?
Yeah, Derek,
he needed to go full power then. Get in, get a touch, and you're winning a penalty. Lamptey.
Why do you believe that, Sam? I believe you know, my opinion is you're the complete opposite to yours. Why do you not feel that he's the right man? And if you're saying that he got relegated with Bournemouth, then I would do a little bit more research.
Have you seen that list?
More than that. No offense.
Have you seen that list that came out today about all this bullshit about relegation? How Klopp's been relegated.
Yeah, with mine.
Ferguson almost got relegated. And he's the most successful manager ever.
Yeah.
It happens. It doesn't. People try to be like, oh, they don't want to stain their resume. Fucking getting relegated. That'll happen in your career sometimes.
Let's not forget about that technological issue with fucking the goal line decision for Aston Villa as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they should have been relegated that season.
Well, if that counted for Sheffield United, then Villa
they're gone.
Villa would have been down.
Yep.
But they're saying things like, "Oh, well, Keegan come to us when we were shit. Robson came to us when we were shit. Rafa came to us when we were shit. Yeah, we got relegated under Rafa, but ref, honestly, that is soft. We got relegated under Rafa. Yeah, it wasn't Rafa's fault, but he still came to us when we were relegation fodder.
Eddie Howe was also poor at Burnley in the championship. Wasn't that 15 years ago? 10 plus years ago when he had that stint at Burnley?
2011.
Look what he did with Bournemouth.
Yeah,
League Two
to the Premier League, and he kept them up there for 4 years.
How many times has Howe
Danny
quoted
Ings,
as
Callum
being
Wilson,
England manager?
Matt Ritchie, Ryan Fraser, under 6 million for the lot of them.
Ryan Fraser's shite though.
Yeah, I know that, but you know what I mean. Because people bang on about him signing Dominic Solanke and Jordan Knight for fucking £40 million.
Name me a manager that's never made a
Rafa's
mistake
signed
on a
absolutely
transfer.
horrendous players.
Look at some of the signings Sir Alex Ferguson made at Manchester United.
Jemba, Gabriel Obertan. Fucking hell.
Was that Portugal?
The list is endless. Bebe.
Bebe or something like that.
Bebe.
Kleberson, man. He signed Kleberson. The geezer was a paedophile. Like, that was never proven, by the way, but disclaimer.
But no,
every manager
everywhere.
hasn't signed a shit player. It's just it's some of the criticism. It's just like
Aston Villa just spent 38 million on Buendia, and Buendia is fucking pony. Absolutely pony.
What are you doing?
Excellent championship player. Like Dwight Gale, absolutely excellent in the championship. Can't do anything in the Premier League.
It's the same as
team
Solanke at
has
Bournemouth now.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Solanke at Bournemouth now is banging the goals in.
Newcastle sold out to the devil. All right, the devil wears Prada, bro. Fine with me.
The same devil that Daniel Levy tried to deal with when our deal fell through. Just saying.
Oh, we've not got a Spurs fan giving it loads again.
Daniel Levy tried to poach the Saudis from under our nose. Let's just remember that, shall we, Mr. Tottenham fan?
I hope you're not using social media today as well, Brian Sample. You know,
funded by this. Oh, gas in your car, you got to use grease oil.
Or watch Disney Plus, or
drinking Starbucks. Hope you're not doing any of those things.
I tell you what, drinking a Starbucks is
you just
more
have to
enjoyable than watching this, though, isn't it?
You have to stay in your house, and you can't do anything. You can't do anything. You can't.
And enjoy your cheese room, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not there.
It didn't get built, did it? That one didn't come in on the mortgage.
We might be shit, but at least we know it.
Nice.
We're going to buy Harry Kane just to let him rot in the reserve so he don't beat Shearer's record. We might be rich, but we're fucking shit. Up. Finish. Oh!
40 minutes in. We got 5 minutes left. Probably like 2 or 3. No, there's going to be probably 4 minutes stoppage time, right? Because that VAR
anyway. Maxi nearly scored. He's miles offside.
Do you watch boxing? Do you watch the Formula One?
Nope.
Honestly, people like you are fucking thick. That's it. Thick.
Eternal shame of British sport. All right.
Frick.
Fine with me. At this point, I'm just going to start embracing all these fucking idiot moral high horse stuff. Like, I am the fucking devil. Yep. Cool.
We have nothing to
Fine
do
by
with
me.
that. In fact, go and watch my last YouTube video with that Russian bloke and you'll see.
Yeah.
We had nothing to do with that. Like, we didn't choose these owners. These owners chose us. And these owners invest in a lot of companies worldwide. We haven't sold our soul. We've got owners that bought us.
Yeah.
Like a lot of clubs. Chelsea, Russian owner. Is it Sheffield United? Saudi owner. Manchester United have got Saudi partnerships.
Yep.
What's the problem? David Beckham's just signed a £15 million deal with Qatar, who are crooked.
Ambassador,
No one's talking anything about that. Letting fucking workers die whilst they're building stadiums for the World Cup because it doesn't suit people's narratives, and they just haven't got the fucking brain capacity to understand it. I'm just not going to pay any credence to the comments of people like that. To be fair,
if you don't watch anything that's funded by murderers, don't watch football, bro.
Don't watch sport.
Yeah,
don't watch sport.
And to be honest, those comments, they just make me laugh.
Yeah.
They make me giggle because your club is A, you're broker than us, and B, you're saying that
Every club's broker than us.
Fucking idiot. Yeah. You just look like a fucking idiot when you say, oh, fucking.
The thing is as
know.
Newcastle fans, do we agree with what's going on in Saudi Arabia?
100% not. Of course
no.
we don't.
Do we agree with the way they treat women or the LGBTQ community? No,
I'm a very strong critic of a lot of that stuff. I do not like that stuff. Like, you know, so like to me, like Islam has there are some issues with that you can celebrate and whatnot, but yeah, there are some beliefs I don't agree with or whatever.
But we don't support that as fans.
Yeah,
we're not there for the moral high ground. We're not there to say, oh yeah, we agree with Saudi Arabia, because we don't. It's wrong. But at the same time, we didn't agree to this sale, but it's happened. We have no say over it. We as fans can't go, no, we don't want that. They're still going to buy us. They've bought us. It's done. Like they bought into Disney. That's handball. They bought into Disney and BP and Boeing and Facebook and Twitter and XXX, whatever it is. They've bought into it. They're the biggest company in the world. But all this nonsense now to punish us with sponsors that we can't have because what? They're going to put money into our club.
That doesn't happen. You can't put money into a team. It's actually breaking news. No team in the world can spend money to make their club better. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Is it Everton? I don't know if you read it, but Everton's owner apparently paid 25 million in for no reason and called it a sponsorship, and they were allowed to spend that on whatever they wanted. So how come we can't have Aramco across our shirts? Because they're going to pay us what Manchester United are getting, what Liverpool are getting for sponsors. We've had no sponsorship fees or money for years. Sports Direct plastered all over the stadium. For what? He's paid 100 grand over 4 seasons. Tell me the difference to that. There's no uproar when he's doing that and rinsing us. But now that we've got a bit of possible success and we've got sponsors that are going to want to come onto our shirts and into our stadium, we can't do that because the other clubs are upset about it.
And MH, if we have pathetic excuses, your logic's pretty pathetic too. So, fight fire with fire.
You're using a social media platform funded by them to make a comment. I'll refrain from the
silly man. You naive silly man.
Saudi boys, we're on the beer. Saudi boys, we're on the beer.
This just tells you how boring and dull our fucking performance has been this half, by the way, that we have to entertain the trolls and their stupid fucking...
I'll entertain them all, me.
Yeah. To me, like I said, all this stuff, all this criticism of it, whether it's Eddie Howe or whether it's the owners or whether it's all this stuff, it's funny. It's just funny because, like...
We get the shit, but we got no control over any of it. We don't go, do you know what, Amanda? Get Eddie Howe in. That's the best thing to do. We don't have any... She could have employed Sam Allardyce. What could we have done about that?
Yep. We could voice our opinion, and then maybe that would influence them, but they don't have... Clearly, Mike Ashley didn't listen to us much. Or ever.
Behind the scenes, people don't know what's going on. And I know for a fact that the new owners have had great meetings with United with Pride, the food bank, the foundation, and everything going on behind the scenes. So can we influence them into possibly making changes? Maybe, who knows? But it's not us.
You're not the sporting director or the owner of Newcastle United Football Club, Josh? I thought I was speaking to the owner. My apologies, sir.
That's it, man.
I thought that you were in total control.
I wish. Sack off half of these.
We're not a Bundesliga club where 50% are owned by... Every single German club is 50% owned by the fans. We're not that, so we don't have as much of a say.
What we are, we're shit.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
It kind of feels that way, doesn't it, Richard? To be fair, like that might be the best option, unfortunately.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Go on, win it. Show something,
a while,
man.
Nick. It's a tough one. I do feel like it's going to be a long rebuilding process. I think because there's been... I think Aston Villa are a perfect example.
Yeah.
They've spent around 300 million over the last 4 seasons, and it looks like they could potentially... And it looked like they bought well, but it looks like they could be potentially in the relegation zone as well. So
I hope so.
It's a difficult one, mate. It's a really difficult one. I think 5 years minimum.
Villa are also and that's a good comparison, Carl, because Villa are probably on the same tier of a big club as us. I would say.
Yeah.
I would say that's not. I'm not trying to make us be small. That's just my opinion. Us and Villa and Everton. Who's another pretty big club?
I really hope Villa get relegated though. Why are we so soft?
I love Indian food, Lennon. Just
I'm very picky, so I don't like Indian food. If it's not pizza or tacos or bagels.
Whoa, hold on.
No.
How is that Saudi Gaza bloke sitting behind Eddie Howe? Like, genuinely.
What, Al Walid?
Yeah, he's sitting in the director's box behind Eddie Howe.
Really?
Yeah. You'll see it in a minute if you're on BT Sport. I thought we were fantastic that half. Lads, I don't know about you. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
How? I'm going to have word of 188, mate. Like,
interesting.
It's mad.
Oh, yeah, he is. Interesting.
So Eddie Howe's gone straight in and gone to Staffley. Do you know what, love? It's not going to work for me, this.
Wait, so MH, who do you support? You obviously must support a huge club, right? And they wouldn't happen to be any Saudi links, Russian links, anyone fucked up, right? Right? Fucking pleb. Fucking idiot pleb. It's funny. It's funny.
I think there was
He's going to
talks of
turn
him
around and
having to
support
take
Man United, isn't he?
Yeah, I think there was talks of him having to take a step back in terms of roles. To be honest, not necessarily a director of football, but nothing to do with the immediate coaching staff. I think.
Lads, I will be back in 2 seconds.
No worries.
Sounds good. Oh, that was fucking diabolical. Like usual, I wasn't expecting anything.
Eddie Howe's having second thoughts. I wouldn't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Newcastle are rubbish. Yes, Harry. Yes, we are. The city is blue.
Sorry.
The city is blue.
American sports make me laugh when they call things like the World Series and Super Bowl as they're the only nation to play them sports. That's not true. The World Series is played in Cuba, Venezuela, many different nations, Canada also, and there are, Italy. I remember who was that guy? It was a New York Mets player, Piazza. Sorry. I forget his name, damn it. But he bought into a club. So Italy actually has some decent baseball sort of history thing. So that's not actually true. But whatever. It's the Super Bowl. Whatever. What happened to Sunderland? They're fucking shit. I don't know what else to say about Sunderland.
I agree with what Connor says about getting Eddie Howe in the dressing room. I think they genuinely should do that.
Absolutely. Why not? What do you have to lose?
He's the manager, so it's not exactly you're not undermining Graeme Jones because Eddie Howe is the manager. So get him in there. Him in there.
This American is a total joke. All right, cool.
Just ignore.
At least I'm fucking funny. So that's cool. Newcastle will have it rough until at least the end of the season. 100% agreed with you, Lord Tantrum. Super chat coming in here from Sammy Faze. Thank you so much, my man.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it. All the donations from you guys with the super chats, by the way, go towards the channel, not towards my pocket or anyone else's. It goes into improving the channel, better cameras, lighting, stuff like that. It goes into the channel. So thank you very much. And he says, the next transfer window, what do you like for 6 big names or 11 mediocre players? So I think what he's trying to say is, would you rather sign 6 big names or a new starting 11? Starting 11 with some mediocre players. So basically quality versus quantity.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one because we know that Eddie Howe has worked wonders with lesser players, and I mean that very respectfully. So I'd be happy with either or, to be honest. I know that's sitting on the fence.
Give me 11 mediocre players because this is a rebuild and we need depth.
Darlow,
We need
Kraft,
depth.
Lascelles.
Eddie Howe didn't need 6 big names to do what he did with Bournemouth. That's also my other reason why I'd go 11 mediocre. Don't set the expectation and the bar above too high. Because imagine if we got someone like Pogba. Now, all the pressure would be on him. And you think he gets a lot of criticism from the media now, and he's not even the worst player on the pitch for Man United?
That's only Graeme Jones.
Just imagine Paul Pogba getting criticized for getting us relegated if that happened, let's say. Just imagine the criticism and the stuff that he'd be subjected. Horrible. I wouldn't do that if I were Pogba because just too much pressure on him. Tom Conway, USA. USA footy fans are hardcore, so respect, bro. Thank you very much.
That is very true, by the way. Very true.
Just out of interest, did MH let us know which football team he supported?
Brighton.
Oh, mate.
But I think he's trolling. I think he's just saying that, to be honest.
He's definitely a Man United fan.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. He's
Graeme
wearing
Jones,
red now.
Yeah, the Graeme Jones thing, it's just because he's still setting up the same way that Steve Bruce does. And, people talk about that it's still the same players. It is. But we've already had managers that say that they're set up to go out and win the game, not set up to not lose the game, which is what we've done for the last 3 years, and it's not worked. So why would it work? Like, why continue to do it?
The thing you got to ask other fans is, would they accept what we're watching?
No, of course they wouldn't.
Would they accept this level of shite that we watch week in, week out, yet we're expected to just enjoy it?
Yeah. Oh, be grateful, lads. You bottom of the fucking table. Don't worry about it,
Yeah.
though. You're in the Premier
Josh,
League.
what was your opinion on this? I don't think you were here for this, but Sammy sent us a super chat. The next January transfer window, should we go for 6 big names or 11 mediocre players? So basically, quantity versus quality. I'm on the side of quantity.
I'm just going to jump out to get a drink. Bring Andrew in.
Yes.
Guys, you all right?
Hello, fella.
What's going on, Andy?
Wow. We're bottom of the league, and Brighton have had 50% of our possession in the first 38 minutes in 2.5 minutes. We had 96 passes in 37 minutes. They had 48 in 2.5.
Awful.
What is going on here, like?
No, we're making Brighton look like Liverpool. That's the problem. We're terrible.
And so what Andy and Josh, what do you guys think? Would you rather sign 6 big names in January or do basically a brand new starting 11?
Squad overhaul all day long.
I agree. Strength in numbers for me, because that's what it's going to be about.
11 good squad players in this team. We need a marquee signing, yes. We need to make some sort of impact where we sign someone who is a marquee signing, a Van der Beek, a Lingard, someone like that. But we need 11 good players.
Right.
Personally, I think you've just got to look at the weaknesses in the team and look what you can get. That's better than what you've got. Whether that be 3, 4, or 7. You don't want to bring 11 in at once. That's just going to throw the whole squad all over the place. Mm-hmm. But we need 2 wing backs straight away. We need a centre half because Lascelles. Do you know what it is? Captain or not. 3 times today he's been shouted time.
Yeah,
and he's headed the ball out. That time when everyone in the Amex Stadium heard time, except from Lascelles, and he's headed and give the ball straight back to Brighton. For me, he's captain. He's got it. If your teammates shouting time, you've got to trust your teammates. Otherwise, they don't trust your captain. Mm-hmm. Trust your teammate. Bring the ball down and play out. Shelby's in the team to try and get the ball. He may as well not be in the team because what we need him for in this game, he's not able to do. The way the game's going, he's not able to do it. So
there's no drive.
For me, you've got to bring a bit of energy, and Willock's got to come on.
Yeah, in this team that's out there now, there's no drive. There's no captain on the pitch. Lascelles isn't driving his team forward. He's been awful.
Yeah,
but there's no voice out there that's driving the team forward, and you'd expect it from Matt Ritchie. But I'd take him off the pitch, and put Lewis on. Have a bit of youth that's going to get up and down that wing and actually put a cross in the box.
Yeah, I agree. So Josh, you would take the 6 big names over 11 mediocre. So basically, you'd pick quality.
No, I'd build the squad. I wouldn't take the 6 big names. I'd build the squad.
11 mediocre, okay. And Andy, you would go 6 big names though.
No, I'd just go for 6 better players than what we have, whether that be a big name or not. As long as they're better than what we've got, mate, it doesn't matter what the name is. You can get it. You can go and get a Coutinho if you want to go and get a Coutinho.
What's he going to do in
Is
this
he the
team,
type of player that you won in a relegation battle?
Nope.
Yes, possibly, because he might have 3 good games and score 2 in the world, but not be able to give you what Coutinho does. So you've got to think: is Eddie Howe going to be able to get enough out of Coutinho? Is Coutinho going to look at Eddie Howe and go, "Yes, I want to play for you"? That's if you're going to go and try and sign a marquee player, that is my concern.
Right.
I want Eddie Howe to go out and buy players that are going to make this team better. I don't care who it is. I'll take Steve Cook tomorrow. If Steve Cook's going to come in and do a better job than Jamal Lascelles, get him in the door. We need to stay in this division to push on next season. There's no point being the richest club in the world in the championship. We need players that are going to come in now, compete, and make us better.
Absolutely. Where do you stand, Connor? Welcome to the little halftime fan forum. What do you think, Connor? Would you take 11 mediocre players, so maybe like Steve Cook or I don't know, who's another mediocre player that's been kind of linked with us? I would put Lingard in the mediocre a little bit, just because he isn't that like superstar. He is a very good player, don't get me wrong.
Let's call him fringe rather than mediocre. Fringe
would you take 11 mediocre players, Connor, or would you take 6 superstars at the January championship? I'm going 11.
I think the problem with January is always that getting one superstar is difficult enough, because it's a hard window, not just for us, but even you look at the likes of Man City, for example, they clearly are going to be in the market for a striker in January. That's tough. And we're also in that kind of market as well, looking for a striker. So I think you have to kind of take more fringe players or look at different markets that you can attract, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think you look at market. I will always flog the Scottish market. I think we've got a lot of talented players up there.
Absolutely.
Could you get an Alfredo Morelos in January?
Yes.
With the right money, I think he would
He'd be suspended most of February, though, wouldn't he?
Well,
he
did have those issues. He did have those issues, but he has since quelled them. He's not had a red card all season. He's not had one since probably
the derby against Celtic.
Yeah, which in that derby, he's not the only one who'll get red cards. But I think whatever happens. We talk about January, and the problem is you can be cut adrift by then. We need points on the board now, and the run of fixtures we've got coming up ain't getting easier. In a couple of weeks' time, we're off to the Emirates shortly after the international break, which is just another game that fills you with dread. So I think we have to seriously look at what we've got, and I think Eddie Howe will do that and see if he can maximise that. If there's players on the fringes of Newcastle that he can bring in straight away, maybe couple of players in there, the 23s, that might be worth just having a look at. He may do that. But
Elliot Anderson.
Yeah, absolutely. Get him straight back into the squad. I think if we could get Matty back for Aberdeen, because he's been doing nothing, he's not even getting a game there.
Is it Dylan Stevenson as well, the striker that's just scoring for fun?
Yeah. So, we've got some options there, but I think in January we'll probably spend probably only about 40 or 50 million and get some good players in, half decent ones, some loan players that you can get in with an option to buy in the summer. I think guys like Jesse Lingard are definitely up there as options, but God knows it has to change, because that's not good enough. And I think in January, priority number 1 has to be get a centre back there, because defending is dreadful. And Kieran Clark today, I don't even know what he's thinking there. It's a clear penalty. You can't argue it. He's literally just, I don't know, had a rush of blood to the head or something, or he's just,
He's a yard off the pace, isn't he? He's just too slow for this.
He doesn't have to
championship defence.
He doesn't even have to do it. There's about 4 other Newcastle players there. The touch is heavy anyway, so he's going nowhere. Just don't bring him down. I think there's a lot of work to do, and I wonder if Eddie Howe's watching this today thinking, this is an even bigger job than I maybe thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Jonathan David, Magpie. Jonathan David from Lille, 100% on board with that fantastic player. watched him today. He didn't have his best game, but I absolutely love Jonathan David. Very talented player.
Canadian kid, and he's quick,
Yeah,
powerful.
Canadian. Yeah, him and Tim Weah at Lille have been very well at that strike partnership, 2 up top, and then Yilmaz also. I really, really like Jonathan David, and he's been scoring a lot of goals this year. So
I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people are going to say we've got to do a business early to maximise the potential of the games in January. So if we can spend the money early in the window, then them players have more of a chance to make an impact. But I think it's also got to be senses. There's got to be players on the list that they definitely want. Then there's going to be players where they're going to sit and wait throughout the window and think, can we go and get this player? Is it possible? Because other clubs are going to do business. Tottenham are going to do business, I would imagine, with new manager coming in. Solskjaer might not be at Man United by that time. You've got to think, if they're going to, like, if a midfielder comes into Man United's team because they need a midfielder, the price that you're going to pay for Danny Van der Beek on the 4th of January might be XY Z amount. If they've already done some business and spent some money, you may be able to go in and get that player and add something else as well, because the price will not be the same if they've just forked out 40 million, 50 million for a midfielder.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to do it wisely as well.
We need to be really clever with it. It's a massive opportunity for Howe to cement our place in the league, and that's what it's about now. It's not about, we're not going to win anything this season, but we need to make sure we finish high enough that we stay in this league. That's the main thing for them now. It's not about
Is the match back on, is it?
Because it's just about to kick off,
Just about to, yeah. So do you throw all your eggs in one basket then and just...
I'm going to catch you in a bit, lads, all right?
In a bit, pal.
You'll have a 2-year-old screaming. Okay? Take care, boys.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, second half's about to start. Where's Carl at, man? Looks like he's just taking a minute, but Connor will have you on for a few more minutes. But what do we need to do in the second half, guys, to actually win this game? Or actually, no, let's start basics, man. Just get a point.
We need to play football.
Yeah.
Not be shit.
Bear in mind, in the last 8 games we've played Brighton in the Premier League, we've scored 1 goal. We need to double that to win this game.
The only goal that ever counted against Brighton was that Mo Diarmi screamer. No one cares about the rest.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
The best goal I've ever seen in real life, that Mo Diarmi goal.
It's a peach. In terms of real life goals, that's probably as special as you're likely to see for a Newcastle player. Certainly this season, anyway. I don't think we'll see any.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that Callum Wilson's wasn't too bad against Crystal Palace, was it? The overhead kick.
That was awesome. That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Not a patch on a Diarmi goal.
All right, Connor, we'll have you on at the end if you want, but thanks again for talking with us. We really appreciate it. Take care, man.
Not a problem, lads. I would say
in a bit, mate. No try.
See ya. Oh, fuck me. We need goals. We need them now.
We need to get the ball, man, let alone goals.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get 5 passes together and then work on the goal situation. Well, we had 1 shot that was offside.
What needs to change ASAP this half then?
11 players. Everything. It's bad. And straight away, the second half, they've started off on the front foot. We're sitting off them and not doing anything. Oh, he's in. Oh, good save. Do something, Maxi. You've lost him. He's gone. And now he's walking off. Mate. Oh, he should have scored that. So that sums Maxi up for me. Lamptey's got into an attacking position and he's turned his back and walked off.
Terrible.
Fucking hell, man.
That should be 2-0. That's a poor header.
Just send a tweet at this rate. Newcastle will sack Eddie Howe before they appoint him. Oh, I do love Twitter.
Twitter's amazing.
Tweet.
The pure rift in Newcastle fans is just incredible. When all we want is the same thing.
Yeah.
Every single Newcastle fan wants the same thing. They want us to be successful. They want us to be good. Can we not just agree on it? We're going to score now. You watch. Got Voldemort and Murphy standing over a free kick.
I agree with Kevin. Absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
As in at moments like this, you think, lads, so why do you enjoy supporting Newcastle United?
Power off.
I'd like, sometimes I want to turn around to my dad and be like, why do you have to be from Newcastle and why did you force me to support them? Obviously, I never feel like that, but I do, other than now.
I had a choice. I could have been a Man United fan, being from London.
Money doesn't always bring success. We haven't had the opportunity to even do it.
The
They've
money.
been here a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But that takes time.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice at all. Dad brought home a claret and blue shirt, and it wasn't a Villa one. So,
What a shirt, man.
yeah.
Sano, did you sell them shirts you had on Twitter?
I haven't yet.
Have you not? Have you spoke to Retro?
NUFC memorabilia
Yeah.
got in touch.
Yeah, he'll buy them. He buys everything.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
He's mint, Craig, though. Big shout out to Craig. He's such a lovely fella.
Marco Reus just scored for Borussia Dortmund 1-1. He's
Really
a player.
glad for him.
Huh?
I'm really glad for him.
I wouldn't mind him coming to Newcastle, but I think he's staying at Dortmund for life. Because he problem with his career is injuries, man.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Great player, though. It's a bit like Gertzer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where is he now? Is he still in Holland?
Yeah, he's with PSV Eindhoven. Yes.
Great player.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's interested, I've got offers on it, but it's not what I want yet. So if anyone's interested, get at me. Call Newcastle on Twitter.
How much you want?
It is mint condition.
What size is it?
It's large.
No,
I'll buy it. How much you want?
We'll have a
£7 million.
discussion later. $7 million. We
Go
can
on,
have a
Maxi.
conversation.
Go on, Maxi.
Yeah.
Go on, Miggy. Oh, yes. That went well. I sold a couple of shirts recently to one of my friends, and I really regret it because I've seen what they're going for online, and I want them back. Not to sell them, just I didn't want to sell them in the first place, really.
Yeah.
But he was really like, he wanted them, and I just felt like, you know what, you can have them.
Well, there was I don't know if you remember as well, like the all white Adidas sweatshirt, and it was the written Adidas. Like that's going for like stupid money. And I found the black one the other day, which I wore earlier. Like it's a small, but a really baggy small, so it just about fits me.
Take them over there.
But yeah, just finding loads and loads of stuff at my mum and dad's.
Nice. So I need to get into my mum and dad's loft because I know there's loads of shirts there.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't fit me anymore, but I'm willing to trade them for ones that do fit me.
Yeah.
Go on, Cal. Oh, that was poor. It's just such a big market at the minute, the shirts.
It's crazy,
Like,
isn't it?
They were going insane anyway before the takeover, but since that's happened, they've skyrocketed.
My Steve Watson, my 97 Newcastle home shirt.
I love that shirt.
Yeah, it's got the Champions League
Is that
patch.
the central one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shirt.
I bought that before. I bought that in the summer for like $250. So I don't know how many pounds that is. I wouldn't be surprised if I double that because it's authentic. It's a real shirt and it's got the Champions League patch too.
Yeah.
I saw a Tino one sell for $250 like sterling a few weeks ago.
I think Brighton has just scored,
No, it's still 1-0.
Is it? All right. Robbie,
Isaac Hayden's just got a kick in the bollocks.
The little one is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, mate. Isaac
The shirt just behind you there, Steve, is the one. I love that shirt.
Me too. Yeah. I got this for about, I think, $130. I'd have to do.
Yeah, I was lucky with mine. I bought mine right at the start of the shirt boom, and I've got a Shearer one, and I paid £22 for it.
Yeah.
Like that was right at the start of lockdown as well. So
that one that I've got for sale, I won't tell anyone how much I paid for it, but yeah, I did exactly the same thing and it was cheap.
Yeah. I bought a few at the start of lockdown because I had a lot of shirts anyway, but there was ones that I wanted to add to my collection.
Yeah.
And I've got duplicates of shirts just because they got a player name on.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the blue NTL shirt?
Yeah.
So I've got that 4 times. But I've got one with Robert, one with Shearer, one plain and one with Bellamy.
Yeah.
Just because I'm obsessed. Win it.
My most recent Newcastle, I got this from Ukraine. This I forget, is this 2017-18 away shirt or third?
I can't remember.
It's the 125 anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah. I got this for like $30 from Ukraine.
Oh, it's a bargain.
Nice.
It's got Premier League patches too. It's nice. I really like it.
Is it legit?
Yeah.
They'll go for a fortune soon, them, especially the 125 ones.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in. Nah, he's messed it up. Richie just got blazed for pace then.
This is difficult to watch, man.
I'd rather talk about shirts, to be honest.
I know. He did get
that big man,
blazed.
No, and Ryan, my biggest regret not getting the shirt you have, Steve. Oh, this one or the purple one? Because the purple one, maybe you're talking about that one, but yeah. And then this was the first ever Newcastle shirt I got. I got this as a gift, actually. I love that one. I became a Newcastle fan. I got it as a gift from someone that my mom knew who's from the area. I think the dad, Steve, is from he actually drives an Aston Martin. He's from the area, and then his wife's from Scotland. So
good challenge.
Then I have the purple Northern Rock Newcastle shirt. That's another one I have.
I like that, to be fair.
And then I got this one. It's a little beat up, the front, but I forget. Is this 0506 away? Or
that's a training shirt, that one,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, shit.
I'll tell you who's got the best collection I've ever seen.
Huh.
Apart from Retro NUFC, is Sam Mulliner from our channel.
Well, he has every single one of them. Every single one.
What a collection he has got.
Yeah.
Right, do something. Oh.
Again, I'm just gonna reiterate. I don't know why I thought this was a match. I don't know why I thought the one I just showed you was a.
Because it's similar to the same. Yeah, that's similar to one of the away ones.
Like
circuit.
It was like dark blue and slightly lighter blue. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It literally looks exactly like that shirt, Steve. To be fair, that training top.
Okay.
It's a nice shirt though.
Yeah.
Our training gear's always been better than the actual match shirts.
Yeah.
I've got one of the drill jackets from '96, and it's like the sexiest bit of merch I've got. Good ball. Oh, good ball, Miggy. Miggy Craft. tell you, at least mathematically, we can still win the league.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
On a brighter note, the only win Newcastle have got this season is Newcastle Fans TV beating Sunderland Fans TV.
Yeah.
That's the only win we have this season.
Pathetic.
I thought we played really well, to be fair. Mr. Lawler in goal having an absolute blinder.
Irish guy from HITC Sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, don't. He does not pass the ball. Honestly. Carl, you're laughing if you were there. Wolf.
I'd have sat there quiet.
You would have, yeah. Like we did.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great lad. He's a great lad. He's really nice, but oh, mate, I don't want to play football with him again.
Oh, I love it.
Poor pass, Maxi. Come on, man.
He's had a terrible start to the season, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Come here, then.
I think what's frustrating is that fans that like pals of mine that are obviously not Newcastle fans.
Go on.
just basically, when he's good, they'll give you praise about him, but the majority of the time now they're just like he's a poor man's Adama Traore, and I'm just like,
Traore is a poor man's everything. He's got nothing.
No.
frustrating.
ASM is like a poor. You have to compare. I would say compared to a French player, obviously that makes sense. I would say he's like a poor man's. I don't know, Kingsley Coman type.
yeah,
You can't compare him to Traore because Traore's the same. He's got no end product.
exactly.
Maxi can't play as a right wing back.
Mm.
Traore can.
What?
Sorry.
Maxi can't play 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But it's just playing him up top. It doesn't work.
Oh, Sanchez was dicking
He's
around with
absolutely
the ball. Oh my god.
Bust the gut to get back there, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping he does something in this game. He needs to make a change now. Half hour left. He needs to make a change.
Who do you bring on personally? Yourselves?
Who's on the bench? Joe Linton?
Yeah, Fraser.
Fraser? No, I wouldn't bring him on. I'd bring Joe Linton on every single game over Fraser.
I just want to know why they say Newcastle is a big club and want a comparison with Brighton.
Big clubs are compared on history. We've got a great history.
9th most trophies in English history, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
Yeah. We haven't won one since 1965.
55.
No, 65? Wasn't it the Interfairs Cup or something?
55.
55.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And we still have the
We're a
9th.
big club because we're fucking massive, all right? That's all it comes down to.
We're the richest club in the fucking world, son.
We're rich as fuck. We're rich as fuck. I still try to get the one. We might be rich, but we're fucking shit. We might be rich, but we're fucking shit. Oh. I just want February. Like, let's see what Howe can do in the transfer window.
Yeah.
And then compare it. If we're still this bad after then all right, Fez. At least we've had a crack at spending some of our money.
Yeah.
He's bringing Mapai on. Mapai?
Yeah, Neil Maupay. Yeah.
He's a right little shit, him.
It's like the French Alfredo Morelos. He'll wind you. You don't want to play against him, but you'd love to have him on your team.
I tell you what, I'd love a Lewis Dunk, me. If we were going to take a player from Brighton, Lewis Dunk.
Me too. Shit, there are a few players I'd take from Brighton.
Lamptey.
Cucurella. Very
Who's
good.
number 8? Is it
Basuma.
Basuma? He's class. Go on, Hayden. Go on, Isaac. Oh. Go on.
MH, your comments are killing me, man. No history since the 60s. Do your fucking research, bro. Do your fucking research. Because you look like a fucking bell end. You look like a fucking idiot. Damn.
Why is he watching the stream? That's what cracks me. Why is he watching the
Just
stream?
saying, an American knows more about Newcastle history since the 60s than you do. So that's pretty fucking embarrassing. I'm assuming he's an English guy or whatever. Well, you're less educated about Newcastle than I am. So that's pretty fucking embarrassing considering it's like the 5th sport.
Good challenge. Go on.
So
Shy.
get fucked, MH. Get fucked. I don't know what else to say. I just realized, Josh, I because I've been swearing and, you know, speaking my mind, let's say. But and I'm like, oh Jesus, he has his kid around. But then I'm like, earbuds.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, I haven't taught your son a new diction.
No. Do you know what? He's got a season ticket. He's used to it.
Okay.
Yeah. The bloke that sits next to us at the match, and bless him, he apologises every game. But yeah, he's got a mouth like train. It's disgusting. Like, I swear, but Jesus Lord. No, he's paragraphed in it. He's been going to the football long enough now. 7 years old. He's had a season ticket for 2 years.
Sam with the interesting question: do you use the term bell end in the USA? No. And whenever I say that to anyone, they're like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And I'm just like, "Good. I just called you a dickhead, and you don't even know."
This is how good the match is.
Yep. Again, for the 3rd fucking time today. No history.
How's the recovery going?
Lines.
Say that again, sorry, mate.
How's the recovery going?
Yeah, not too bad. I got my second operation on the 30th, though, so it's
I'm
pretty
a little bit
pointless.
disappointed you're not going to get your face beaten in. I'll be honest.
Well, I will. It'll just be in April, not at the end of this month. So, yeah, my fight's been moved back to April.
Will it be against a new opponent, this one, yeah?
Yeah. Second operation on the 30th of November. And then, yeah, however long my recovery will be, I should be all right.
Fine, man.
Providing there's nothing underlying, of course. Which
at least you got a baby to keep you busy.
Yeah, very true. Very true indeed.
MH with another ass-kissing comment. How lovely. Thank you so much for interacting. That only helps our channel out, so I don't really give a fuck.
Andy.
Saying Newcastle.
There's plenty better things to do, Andy, bro. Trust me to watch this shot.
Yeah. Saying Newcastle have no history, probably a Spurs fan. Yeah, exactly. It's not like we beat Juventus 1-0 in the Champions League, or we beat Barcelona 3-2 with the. Damn it! Who is that? Fuck. Asprilla hat trick. It's not like we finished second, and in the 90s.
Talk about that Andy Griffin wonder goal against Juventus, though. Like,
yeah. So there's no history past the 60s, though, guys. That never happened.
Go on, Maxie. Whip it in. Yes! Get in!
We fucking scored.
Fucking get in!
I haven't seen it yet.
Super Isaac Hayden. Fucking get in!
So whenever this happens,
There's
because I'm
nothing
behind in
offside.
the stream, I psychologically convince myself that you're just fucking with me. Because A, it's hard to believe that Newcastle have scored a goal.
You'll have a second reaction in a minute.
Get in!
Drops down. Great finish from Isaac Hayden, to be fair. The half volley. Bottom left-hand corner. Headed back in from Kieran Clark, I think it was.
He's redeemed himself with that. What a finish.
Yeah. Great finish from Isaac Hayden.
Boss, that's why he's my best pal. He's actually not. Disclaimer, he's not. But
you're saying Isaac Hayden scored on a volley?
Boom.
Volley.
I'll believe it when I see it.
He definitely did, I promise you.
We're coming for you. We're coming for you.
Fucking beauty. Yes.
Manchester City, we're coming for you.
I believe MH said he was a Brighton fan. MH, where you at, dickhead?
Hi,
where
MH. You right, bruv?
No history, but Isaac Hayden. Fuck yeah.
MH, I hope you're still active in the chat. You little bitch.
Motherfucker.
You little bitch.
I need to stop. This is a family channel. I'm so sorry.
I don't care.
I can't be involved in this, I'm a mental health advocate for the club.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
You little bitch.
I'll be good.
It's not like MH gives a fuck about our mental health, so why should we really, eye for an eye?
They should, man. Mental health is massive.
No, it is.
And the work we do at the club with the Be a Game Changer campaign is huge.
Yeah,
Of course. I will.
Actually, I need a word with you.
Any personal insults.
Carl, I need to chat with you at some point this
that is
week,
absolutely
actually,
fine.
because it's that time of year again.
Yes, it is, mate. It is. Oh God, there's some comments in here. You know.
Go on, hoy him on.
No, I can't. Some of them are a bit abusive towards MH. So.
I know, leave it then. Leave it.
Well,
Allow MH, man. He's having a bit of banter.
Yeah.
His banter's
Yeah.
dry. His banter's soft. He hasn't got a leg to stand on. Just allow him.
We got Dylan in the background, absolutely loving life. Go on, son.
Man like Dylan. Puts us a step closer to the league title.
Thank you, Andy Buckingham, 199 super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Thank you
Big
so
up, Andy.
Gary, I'm not going to tell you to not abuse MH or to.
I am. Don't abuse him. Don't abuse him.
Do you know the
Don't
best thing
abuse
to
him.
do instead of abusing MH is like the video.
Yeah,
Like
don't
the-
abuse
Give
him.
us a like. If you're not subscribed, give us a subscription. Oh, it's just got booked.
Don't abuse him.
John Joe
Yeah,
Shelby.
Andy, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, all right, fair. John Joe Shelby's just been booked there.
Thought you go
challenge
down
by
from
Voldemort.
Liverpool. Well, I look forward to winning the Premier League instead of you in the next 10 years.
At least put love
Yeah.
up. It's nice of him.
Yeah, that's true. Dipped into any bins lately?
So, guys, here's
Oh,
So,
listen to that away
no
crowd.
abuse to MH. At
Listen
all.
to the
No.
away crowd. Just best fans in the world. I don't care. I've sat in many home grounds, many away grounds. Our away fans are the best in the league. They're absolutely sensational.
It will be close between a 10 and 15-hour round trip for those fans.
insane.
That's gone out of play, ref. Surely. Yeah, it's a long
Absolute
old
chorus
day.
of
Like,
We Are
our very own Lee's gone down, and it's a long day. Like,
Fucking
if you were
God.
doing Brighton and
please.
back today, like I used to live an hour from Brighton, and it wasn't too bad. But to come from here to Brighton, I couldn't be asked, me.
Yeah.
Especially for the football we're playing.
I have my TV volume at like 1 or 2 because I don't want to get copyrighted and that shit. But even though it's at 1 or 2, I can fucking hear.
Yeah, I'm the same. Mine's very, very low.
Tremendous.
Brandon as well, flying in from wherever
Big
his base
boy.
camp in Europe is.
Big Brandon on the piss yesterday.
Yeah, he's
What
an
a
animal.
session that was. Jesus. He must have been in that Weatherspoons 12 hours.
Yeah, I was thinking that because he literally got there. There's something like 11 o'clock to start having breakfast.
Go on,
The fact
go
that
on.
he was still there.
Well, the worst thing he could have done was give us his table number.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So anyone that doesn't know, Brandon gave us his table number, and obviously everyone went a bit silly and ordered him loads of drinks.
We were nice though. We
Wetherspoons.
sent him some pints. All right, it was disgusting. Like I
Did
think
he-
I sent him a couple of IPAs, and let's be honest, no one drinks that.
No, one of my pals did the same this morning because it's his birthday, and they were having breakfast about 9 o'clock in Wetherspoons before going to do some shopping, and then going out tonight. I think I got him a couple of whiskies and a couple of pints. But someone ordered him like 2 bottles of Pinot Grigio at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. See, I was tight. Me, I went for the 99p menu. Like, I think there was John Smith's and Bell's whiskey on there.
Yeah, because it's 99p bells.
Yeah,
whiskey,
I'm like,
so,
yeah.
Thank
I'll
you,
trade
Simon,
that,
for the
but-
super chat, by the way.
Big up, Simon.
Sir, thank you very much. Much
But yeah,
I
to
think-
be fair, guys, if you're ever in a Wetherspoons, get yourself on the Facebook page and just drop your table number in there. We'll just send you
We'll
loads of
share
free
it for you,
drinks.
man. Do you know what we found out though? Is they actually bar the food. They'll come and ask you if
Yeah.
you've ordered it.
Because
So don't bother sending no peas on, I think, because it's not worth it. You're not going to get a refund.
one of the lads, I don't know who it was, someone who follows the page, sent him like 99p ice cream and they wouldn't take it out to him.
Was it not Adam? Didn't Adam send him some ketchup and some ice cream or something, and they refused?
Adam sent him something small, like like some salt or something like that. But yeah, people were sending him ice cream and stuff.
But he had a good day, bless him.
Yeah.
Is he back next month as well for Arsenal?
I think he wanted to be, but I think he sold. I don't know if he ended up getting a ticket or not.
Fairs. I need to get to an away game soon.
Newcastle should
How's he booked
summer
for
should
that?
Newcastle in the summer should come to the States so I can catch a game. That'd be fucking cool.
Ah,
I
I've
think
seen
that
Chelsea.
works.
I've seen Chelsea play the Revs 2 years ago
Yeah.
at Gillette Stadium, home of the New England Patriots.
Here he comes, big J7.
I think this is a good substitution.
Be interesting to see who he takes off, though.
Yeah.
Don't get this. Why is he taking Miggy off?
So is he putting him out on the right?
Who's that sitting next to Eddie Howe? When it pops up on yours, who is that sitting next to Eddie Howe? Because I'm not sure. But he's conversing with him
The
a lot.
Iron Maid Rhino. Thanks for the compliment, the kind words. Great stream.
Cheers, dude.
Been a long time since they were over
Go
here.
on, J7.
Summer. It has been, Jay. It's been a while since Newcastle played in the U.S. A long time.
God, I remember us going to Asia with Bobby Robson in the Premier League trophy.
Yeah.
And Jermaine Genius doing one of the worst penalties I've ever seen.
What, did he like sky it?
He went for a panicker and just put so much behind it.
Oh.
Come on, Joe. Go and nick the winner, son.
Big J7, 2-1 win. In
So
common.
they put him out on the right? Yeah, he's putting him out on the right. Why is he putting him out on the right?
Oh, hallelujah. He's actually booking a Brighton player.
Knows the least, talks the most, typical American. That's me, motherfucker. Yeah.
MH, bro. Look, listen. Who do you support? And if you're going to keep giving us rubbish messages, I'll be nice. Rubbish messages. Just go and watch something else, bro. Strictly Come Dancing on soon. Like, don't have a dinks. Have a can, chill out, watch us play terribly, and enjoy yourself.
I agree.
You little bitch. I'm joking. I'm just pissing about.
You are pissing about.
Little fun fact. My area manager at work, son, actually plays for Brighton.
Wow.
Interesting.
And that's as much as I'm going to comment.
Would love to see Newcastle play here in the States, coming from a Newcastle fan from the US. Hey, another American. Let's fucking go.
Actually, one of my best pals lives out there.
Mhm.
And he's like a huge Newcastle fan.
Yeah?
SoCal Geordie on Twitter.
Yeah, San Diego. Yeah, he lives in San Diego,
Mint lad.
California.
Top lad.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's Jason Tyndall.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Is that the one we're trying to get from Sheffield United then?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, surely if he's there, then hello.
Yeah, it's done, isn't it?
Man's got a tan as well. I don't know where he's getting that from.
He's a good-looking guy.
Like living in Sheffield. Woof. I want to know his little beauty regime
Yeah.
because I am pasty. I've lived in the northeast too long. I've gone backwards. I'm like an Irish potato farmer now. I think we need another sub here.
Who do you bring on here?
Who is left on the bench? I've not actually seen the bench, I'll be honest.
Let me grab it.
Because Brighton, since we've conceded, they look a bit ropey. I think they're there for the taking.
Willock, Fraser, Gale, Longstaff, Shaw,
I'd get
Lewis,
Willock
Mankier.
on. Willock on for Shelby.
Yeah.
And I'd actually get Mankier on. I'd put Mankier on for Murphy. Because I think that bit of pace up and down that right-hand side.
Yeah.
Because he's class. I don't know why he gets so much shit off people. He's class. I don't get the big Murphy loving myself.
Say that again, sorry, mate.
I don't get the big Murphy loving. I don't see it.
It's just I don't like him at wing back at all.
Yeah, me either. He's just like Matt Ritchie. He shouldn't be a wingback.
I don't think Matt Ritchie should be near the team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I love him. I like his passion. I like what he brings in terms of conversation and way he dictates the team and the play. But is he a left back? No. Is he a left wing back? No. Is he better than Lewis? No.
It'd be interesting to see
Go
what
on,
Eddie Howe
Joe.
does with him.
I think he'll draw. I think he'll drop him. I think he'll bring Lewis in. Because you think when he was at Bournemouth, he was playing right midfield, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's not going to put him there. I can't wait to see Miggy under Howe.
Yeah, he's the
That's
one
a
for
10.
me as well.
10. Yep.
Like, I love Miggy. I think he's fantastic. And I think under a good manager like Rafa, he'll thrive for this club.
Yeah.
Do you think we've got it in us to nick a goal?
I think Brighton are there for the taking right now.
They haven't looked great second half, have they at all?
That's a good ball. Go on. Ref, are you serious there? Shelby's just knocked in one of them delicious... I know it's handball, fair enough. One of those delicious outside of the footballs. And I thought Wilson had caught it bang on his chest, but he had spun up and hit his arm. So fair enough, I was wrong. But it was a great ball.
Oh, yeah, it's unlucky that. Very unlucky. Callum giving the ref the F word.
As he should, man. That's what you want to see. Remember when Shearer used to give the ref shit? Like, Jesus.
All the time.
I'll be glad to see this coaching team gone.
Same.
Like entire. I don't know why we've kept any of them.
They're literally just the last remnants of that the last 3 years. Just get them out.
Gents, I will be 1 second.
No dramas.
Yeah, no worries. Gonna be fucking pissed if we give up if we let them win if they get a goal. Gonna be fucking pissed.
I think we could be all right. They've not looked very I'll touch in wood because I don't want to jinx it, but they've not looked very threatening in the second half, or certainly the last stage of the second half.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a drop off, but yeah, Graham Potter won't be happy with the point either.
No, definitely not.
So he'll want his team to go all out for it. Getting nervous, man. Oh, God. 11 minutes. I want to win. I want to fucking win. I'm not really that happy with a point, to be honest. Yes, it's nice that we recovered a point from a losing position, which is something I don't think we've done all year.
No, we haven't.
But
I think it was something like 1 in the last 25 games. I thought something crazy.
yeah, so... Come on. Fuck. Stop. There you go, Joe Linton. Track your fucking man. There you go.
Big Jason, man. I saw a lot of talk actually about Dele Alli coming in. I don't know what you think about that.
Why not? Why not?
I liked him for a while. I think the only thing that worried me about him was his attitude in training when Mourinho was there from that All or Nothing documentary with Spurs. Yeah. But you get that with everyone, and I still think he'd be a massive upgrade on what we've got in the middle.
Definitely. First few months of Mourinho, he was fantastic as well.
Yeah.
Europa League especially.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Europa League, but there are still good teams, and they're not. You don't play them week.
Go on, Joe.
You don't know who you're coming up against. Yep.
Oh, unlucky, mate.
Thank you very much, Twin, for the donation.
Appreciate it. We've gotten three super chats or super stickers. So much appreciated, guys.
That's because
lots of people saying that Dele Alli's attitude stinks, which I understand. Ryan Fraser's just as bad though.
There's a lot of players that attitudes have been terrible, but the quality of them.
Yeah,
he's a great player. He's just lazy.
He's lazy, isn't he? Maybe he could spark some fire under his arse under Eddie Howe, maybe. Because I imagine Jose Mourinho is quite a difficult guy to get on with.
Absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely.
100%. How many players has he fallen out with?
Well, nowadays, at least, yeah.
Great
Yeah.
challenge that by Basuma. Just appreciate what a great player he is, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is fantastic. I never watched much of Brighton because, to be honest, I didn't care about us. I don't really watch a lot of other football apart from Newcastle. And that was a fantastic challenge. Like, he is a great player.
That's a very good point from Mark Gascoigne as well. Levy won't sell him to us. That's very true. Because the man is a grade A bellend.
Dude.
Bitter as Levy.
Brighton,
Yeah,
559 passes to our 273. Good Lord.
It's 1-1 though.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
on, Isaac.
I was just about to say after that, but it's 1-1, and Graeme won't be happy about that.
So are we back up to the mighty highs of 19th now? If it stays
One of my group chats has literally just put ASM has put a shift in today, and I'm going to completely disagree, and I'm going to rip him to bits after the game because ASM's been dreadful.
I forgot he was playing.
ASM's put a shift in.
I seen him.
Graeme, have you been drinking?
Once.
He's been horrendous. Back post. Lascelles is up. Lascelles wins it. Oh, Joe Linton. What is that touch? Do you reckon he'll do with Joe Linton?
I don't know. I think Joe Linton's been excellent on the left as just a left midfielder, like I said, this season. I'm not
100%.
quite sure why they put him out on the right, to be honest.
Malpace's just been booked for throwing an elbow.
But yeah, he's another one where I look at him and I'm like, okay, this is your last chance, realistically, to try and do something at the club.
Oh, very, very, very good comment from Stephen Legend actually here about Gambling Safety Week, which was actually last week for us in America, I guess, with DraftKings. But we're sponsored by Boyle Sports, obviously. So it's Gambling Safety Week. Since you're sponsored by a gambling company, do you have any comment or advice to young people suffering from addiction? My advice, because I do gamble, I'm 20 and I've gambled some stuff. Don't chase your losses. Don't chase your losses. Because many times before, I'm not addicted or anything, but I have spent, sometimes I do go a little overboard and then bam, I don't have money for gas. That $10 could have gone for, to something else. You know what I mean? So that's my advice. Don't chase your losses.
Big thing over here. I used to work for a couple of bookies, and when the fun stops, stop. And that's their big thing that they.
Yes.
Oh,
just
that's
like
the big thing that they say is when the fun stops. Enjoy it. It's supposed to be a form of enjoyment. And it is one of the worst drugs is gambling. Yeah. And a lot of people are affected by it in terms of their mental health and stuff. But only bet what you can. And if you can't, don't. And I know it's easier said than done. And it is easier said than done. But our sponsors say the same thing. If you're not enjoying it and you're not having fun, don't do it. When the fun stops, stop. That's what it boils down to.
Those issues myself when I was that sort of age, and it took me a long time to get over it. But I agree. Well, to be fair, Stephen, I think you're right. We probably will do this moving forward in terms of putting the GamCare website up as well, because I think that's a very fair point. So we'll take that on board.
I agree.
Fair enough. And also thank you, Stephen Legend. Good luck to Newcastle. Hope they do well. Thank you, Stephen. Very important comment, and definitely have to emphasize this sort of stuff because it can get as bad as drinking or drugs or anything else. It's an addiction, and it's something that, in moderation, anything's fine. That's cool, but set your limits. I put in $10 in my account every weekend, and if I don't, come out with 30 or 40 or whatever, or if I lose it all, it is what it is. But,
yeah. I think
that's
what
a
I
penalty,
found
surely.
Personally, was putting limits on accounts because I've still got limits on accounts now that I can't use them because I can't deposit a certain amount of money. So I think those things do help. I had to do it because I was pretty bad with it about 10, 11 years ago, to be fair. So it got to a point where I had to completely cut myself off. Like there's still gambling websites I can't sign up to. But I think appreciate the question, Stephen. It's absolutely
it's a great
fair
point to bring. I think as a channel, we massively support the Foundation's Be a Game Changer campaign, and that's centered around mental health. And gambling addiction is one of the main things that ever come up when you're talking about mental health. And Boyle Sports will be the same, as they'd support the campaign because they know the problems that are in gambling. Oh, unlucky. And there's avenues of support there. So if you are struggling with your gambling addiction, then contact people. There's the Samaritans, or have a look on the Facebook page of Be a Game Changer, and you'll see there's fantastic support mechanisms there. And it's the club that are driving it as well. So you'll see the Newcastle United Foundation's name behind it, driving that support. So if you are struggling with gambling addiction, have a look, get involved.
Yep.
Definitely.
Absolutely. But definitely, yeah, good point. And then we'll also shout out Twin again. Lee Hu. You guys are great. Thank you very much, Twin. Lee is awesome. He's awesome in different ways compared to us, but that's what I like about Newcastle Fans TV. We all have a different persona and different insight to offer. If you want to talk European football, that you're the guy, you know. But if Josh specializes in mental health and whatnot, he's your guy, you know. So we all offer something special and different. So thank you for that. Thank you, definitely. NUFC for life. I'm the same. I gamble. Sometimes I do bet too much. It's a dangerous spiral. Yeah, and like I said, I'm a young guy. I'm 20. I still, you know, sometimes I have spent a little too much, but I do, you know, it's as long as you don't let it become, you know, way too much. You just realize when you lose a little much. But
just don't chase your losses. That's the thing.
Yeah. Don't chase your, like I said, that's my number one advice. Don't chase your losses. You lost $10. If it's that way, that's fine. Don't try to win back that 10 by putting 50, you know. So
it's like you both said as well. I think because that's easier said than done 100%. But I think as well on top of that, it's like you've said, don't just try not to gamble money that you haven't got.
Yeah.
And again, I know that's easier said than done. If you've got a little bit of excess cash and you can afford to lose it, by all means, that's up to you. But if
don't look for a bet, don't try and scrape something together.
If you're taking rent money and you're trying to increase money that's coming out of what you use to pay your rent and things like that, then I would immediately seek guidance.
Yeah. Craig Johnson also said anyone with high impulsivity or low cognitive control should not gamble. It's a real danger. I agree. Yeah, it depends.
Challenge, Joe.
Connor Chalmers also said, I'm a gambling addict and it caused me to fall into a deep depression. I lost my job because of it. Spit really is an awful addiction to have. Be safe. Well,
go on, Cal. Go on, Cal. Go on, ref.
Thank you, Connor, for sharing that, by the way. That's very brave of you.
Are you serious? He's fucking tricked him.
Massively, mate. Massively. It's maybe we could do a little video and have an interesting conversation about things like that if you're up for it, definitely.
Very, very, it takes a lot of balls to admit something like that, you know? But I hope you're doing better, Connor, and thank you for your insight. And
please tell me that's going to VAR.
It's giving a free kick up the other end, just to ruin it for you.
You are joking. You are fucking joking.
Oh, I don't know. Is he touched
Premier League refs being shit. I'm numb. I'm numb to it.
He's kicked him. He's kicked him. He's kicked his ankle, man.
So how are VAR not looking at this?
Even you're... That's a penalty.
No, it's not a penalty. It's a free kick, but yeah.
Could have been.
Surely he's pulling that back and sending the goalkeeper off. Right, he's going to the screen. I know you're a little bit behind, but I'm going to assume people are up
have they gone back to it?
So the referee's going. He's clearly that's a red. But it don't make any difference because we're not going to score from the free kick. Callum Wilson's gone round the goalkeeper, 18 yards out.
Pathetic decision.
Ref, honestly.
Fucking cheating bastard.
Wow.
Cheating bastards.
That's 2-1. That's win. That's first win of the season.
Oh, man. That is
fucking
disgusting.
You know what?
Sending him off. The keeper's gone.
You know what should be implemented into football nowadays? You know how the NFL has a challenge flag that coaches can throw?
The goalkeeper's gone.
It's just fucking bollocks, though, because he's fucking he's the reason we've not won the game. It's just fucking blatant cheating.
Just made it easier.
Wow.
He's away.
Oh,
And like you said, we're not going to score from a free kick. It's fucking bullshit, man.
This is what I'm saying. He's round the keeper. He's gone. He's done. And the fact he's kicked him.
Fucking disgusting.
Wow. I think a player's going in goal. He's taken off his shirt and his gloves. Wilson's fuming. This referee's inept. He's had a really bad game, the ref.
Awful.
He's cost us the game.
Eddie Howe's raging.
The game. Fucking unreal fucking decision from the keeper, by the way.
The crowd are buzzing for some reason.
I don't know.
Pathetic.
Right, Lewis Dunk has got in goal. Shot on target, we win this. Surely.
Oh man, this is fucking heartbreaking. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it is an unbelievable foul from the keeper. It's just blatant cheating.
I'm surprised they're not bringing on a goalkeeper. Unless they haven't got one on the bench.
The money
Have
is
they,
on.
haven't used, have they used 3 subs? I don't think they have they?
They might have.
Oh, this isn't.
Come on, guys.
93rd minute. Surely
Make
we're going to
something
have a
happen.
little bit of injury time added on to the injury time. So
Literally just fucking
I reckon
pepper
we've
the
got
goal.
4 minutes.
Sanchez dunk.
Surely Sanchez needs to leave the stadium, does he not?
This is so
Come on,
fucking
lads.
frustrating. Mute Josh, mute him.
Uh-huh. What's this? Is it?
Come on.
Right, long throw in. What minute are you on?
93-15.
92-55.
Right, he's bringing on Dwight Gale.
Just fucking.
In the 94th minute of the game, he's bringing on Dwight Gale. For Kraft. So Kraft's gone off.
Literally, yeah, this is it. Just go all out. Fucking pepper the goal.
Oh, Maxi, man.
Shoot on sight.
No, it's not. He's rubbish.
It's a goal kick.
Lewis Dunk, man of the match. Connor said they've used all 3 subs and we've been cheated. Thanks, Connor.
We have massively been cheated, though. And
So Trossard's got man of the match somehow.
what, for scoring his penalty and having a good...
I've not seen him the rest of the game. I don't really know how they pulled that out.
Yeah, but Ian, there was literally a clear goal scoring opportunity. That's the thing, mate.
Win it. I wonder what the odds are on us not having a shot in the rest of the game.
Please tell me it didn't end with a draw.
No, they're still playing.
Okay, good. All right.
Go on, Joe. Go on, Maxi.
Plastic.
Oh, Maxi.
Oh, those kids are fucking
Plastic
idiots.
joke. Oh, yeah, sorry, we're not from Newcastle. We can't support the club, can we?
Season ticket holders, though, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. I've had a season ticket for, 17 years? But, plastic fan. Spent thousands and thousands of pounds on travelling up and down the country and abroad to watch Newcastle United. But, yeah, plastic fan. Right here. I've only supported the club 3 weeks, lads. Did you know?
Got unbelievable support from the lads across the pond that don't have season tickets. Unbelievable support from fans all over the country that don't have season tickets. There's no plastic fans with this club, mate.
Mate, Steve could have supported someone good. He chose us.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. MH is a Mackham, let's be honest. We've pulled it all out of the closet now. He's a Mackham. Keeper, get it up the pitch, man. Get it up the pitch, Darlow. I hate Darlow. He is useless.
So frustrating. This is. I can't believe we've been mugged off here. Don't get me wrong.
Win that,
on the whole, it's not like we deserve to beat Brighton, so I'm not saying that. But we had the opportunity there taken away from us.
Yeah. The draw is a fair result, I think, to be honest. But the fact he's clipped him there, like Wilson's round him. Wilson doesn't miss from that position. Right, Brighton throw in up near the corner flag. When did he take Lamptey off? I'm going to be picky, right? I always thought the league rules were when you get sent off, you have to leave the pitch area. So quite why the goalkeeper standing there watching the rest of the match.
This is a fair point from Jay. Only support Newcastle because we're a big club, win everything and never make mistakes. We're all so plastic fans.
Plastic, Jay, plastic. Should be ashamed of yourself. 3 week fan. Come on, lads, get the ball up the pitch. Backwards.
What is it going to go 98 maybe?
97th minute, and we've just played a pass backwards.
Tells you everything you need to know about Graeme Jones and all these.
Oh,
fools.
corner
For us.
for us. 97
fucking
minutes,
hell.
23 seconds. Lewis Dunk in goal for Brighton has done more in commanding his box than any of our 11 over 90 minutes.
Like, we've not even had a shot at him, have we?
Just fill the box. Get Caldalo up there as well. Why not? Come on, lads. Go on.
Yeah, literally, put it on him. Have
Poor
they taken
corner.
it? Oh,
Poor
Matt Ritchie,
corner.
did he even beat the first man?
It's all over.
For fuck's sake.
1-1. I said 1-1, to be fair. I'll take it.
I'm surprised we got 1-0.
Eddie Howe looks... I don't know the right word. He doesn't look impressed, I'll be honest. Do you know what? It's a good point. It is a good point. Brighton turned us over twice last season, and they've looked good this season. That's a good point.
I just hope Amanda Staley sat there saying, "Don't worry, Eddie. We'll give you 250 million in January. Do what you want with it."
It is a good point, though. That it is.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. Just frustrating
No,
that
it
we've had
is.
the opportunity to win.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the point, to be fair. I'm not happy with the point.
Let's just hope that's Jones's last game in charge.
It's got to be, hasn't it? They've got to announce Eddie Howe after this, surely.
Yep.
Like, there's players out there that gave nothing today. Saint-Maximin being one of them.
Yep.
But
No, I know what you're saying, Simon. I just mean, like, there was a blatant chance for us to win the game. That's the problem.
No, Daddy, no.
at the start of the game, Steve, you said 3-0 Brighton. Carl, what did you say? I can't remember.
I didn't.
You didn't. And I said 1-0. I wish I'd had money on it now. We're not bottom of the league anymore.
Yeah.
That's a bonus.
Yep.
Yeah, there's 5 points between us and Leeds. But there are also 26 games, 27 games left to go this season.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not panic mode yet. I think a lot of fans are forgetting that there's that many games to go.
Yeah, definitely. Unai Emery said in a press conference that he hadn't even spoken to Newcastle over the job and you lot thought he was coming, and you got Eddie Howe. But it did come out that he had actually spoken to the club, because then he turned around to his owners and said that he hadn't said no, Devon. So do your research, fella. But we're all happy with Eddie Howe. More than happy with Eddie Howe. But thank you for your input.
Absolutely.
We had Steve Bruce. Let's not forget that. Steve Bruce is the worst manager I've ever seen at the club. And I include McLaren in that.
Barney Rubble as well. Sorry to cut you off, mate. Brighton have got a good record against us, to be fair, which they have. We've got a pretty dismal record against Brighton, to be honest.
Yeah.
Good points for them coming off the result at Liverpool, definitely. We've got 2 points from 3 clubs in great form, so I think we've done okay. When you look at it that way, I suppose you can take some positives, considering we've not got our manager in place yet and we've not got the tactics in place that we want. So that's interesting. Norwich's manager has just been sacked.
Is he?
Even though they won today. Interesting. V for Vendetta says I'm the worst player on the pitch.
V for Vendetta, you're wrong, bro.
Well, all the best for the future from a Ram. Hope to catch you guys again soon. Thank you very much, Andy. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, bud. Thanks for dropping by. Norwich going to get Bruce and stay up now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Maxi second worst, Shelby third worst. Rome wasn't built in a day. No, it wasn't. Yeah. Absolutely brain dead players. Shelby has a chance to test dunk, floats it to the back post. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed, to be fair, that he didn't hit it from there. But I can also understand his idea of trying to put something in the box for someone to have a better opportunity, potentially. Wasn't the right decision, is what it is. I would have took a point at kickoff. That starting lineup was frightening. Eddie Howe is here now to kickstart the season for us. I absolutely agree, Kelsey.
He's got a couple of weeks now, isn't he, to sort of get in, get a plan together, find out his best 11. Because he doesn't know what his best 11 is. We don't know what our best 11 is. So Let's just hope.
Yeah, I have to shoot off, unfortunately. So I'm going to leave the remainder of the show to yourselves and Harry, I believe.
I actually need to jump ship as well.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
guess I'm staying on.
Just wait for Harry to come on wherever he is.
Big H.
Um,
I've got kids to feed, man. Unfortunately.
Why not?
This is it.
We can have Andy on. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah, of course. I know,
who's
yeah.
doing player ratings? Who's doing player ratings? Is that going to be what's going on, Andy?
I give
Is
all a
that gonna
10.
Is that going to be? Don't they do?
I've lost
Don't the guys at Brighton, aren't they going to do the player ratings, or are we doing that?
I think they're doing them, mate. I will find out for you though.
All right, but yeah, we'll do. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just do fan reaction, and if not,
We can have a chat about it.
yeah.
Yeah, what you guys do, whatever you want to do. Thank you for everyone
Definitely.
in the comments. Really appreciate you you dropping by. Absolutely
Especially him,
legend.
Put me on the men.
you made the show.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Andrew. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, but
Points are points, lad. Let's be honest. We needed that point. Like, it's a point.
If you'd offered, we would have took it.
yeah,
Exactly. 100%. So let's just enjoy the point. Should we have won? Maybe. We didn't. We got a point. It's something.
That's I'm the only one not enjoying the point. Because honestly, if you offered me a point, I'd be like, no, fuck it, risk it. I want 3. To be honest, seriously, because we were terrible against Brighton. But the players have to somehow dig in and get a win.
yeah.
That's my opinion. You don't survive the league off of draws and defeats. But
We'll win the
Not to
next
sound
one.
like a tape recorder, but I have got to say, as soon as Joe Linton came on, we did look a bit better again.
yeah,
I agree.
agree.
100%.
I just don't like the. I just wanted him on the left rather than the right. That was all.
Correct.
Maxi was dreadful. Maxi was poor today.
I'm glad other people are starting to say it other than just me.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
know, I
get
was gonna
rinsed in
say,
every
it's
group
like-
chat I'm in. Every
This
group
is-
chat I'm in, I say it. He's useless most of the time. And I get.
I need to get in the
absolutely
WhatsApp group. I'm not a WhatsApp guy. I need to get in this WhatsApp group. So
Yeah, you
100%.
definitely.
Sweet,
But yeah,
lads.
I'm gonna hand the reins over to you boys. I'm gonna shoot off as is
Well,
Josh
to me,
again.
because Josh is shooting up too.
I'm gone
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. I need to feed the kids while mum's at work.
I'll hand
take
the
care,
reins
lads.
over to you, and then
Cheers,
Steve.
lads. Thanks for a great stream. I'll see you soon.
Take care, lads.
Take care, Isaiah. All right, so, and I'll bring on. I'll bring on Connor. Yeah. I'll bring on Connor too. And Dayan asked us where the link is to be on. You know what? I will post that in the comments right now, actually, to join. And yeah. So, but while I do, someone's already on it, I guess. But I'll post it again. Fuck it. Yeah, the link is very clear to see now. So Dayan, yeah, definitely get on in. Awesome, you found it with the
If I can
5.
figure it out, anybody can.
Yeah. So 1-1, guys. 1-1 against Brighton. Poor performance from us as a team in general. Offered really no attacking threat. Educated did well to take his goal, but I don't know what are you guys' thoughts on this one. This is probably the last game of Graeme Jones too, so that's a blessing.
They should have a new team name now. They shouldn't be Brighton and Hove Albion anymore. It should be Cheating and Hove Albion after the antics of that goalkeeper. That's outrageous. That should be a 4-match ban right there because he has absolutely done us up like a kipper. Don't get me wrong. Why on earth John Joe Shelby doesn't shoot into a defender from a free kick is I couldn't. And it wasn't even a good ball into the box either. He just sort of floated it to the corner of the 18-yard box where Brighton
Right.
wanted to put it. So
Right.
that last 5 minutes infuriated me, actually, because of that. And the fact they're down to 10 men and they were literally playing us off the park for the last 5 minutes. We couldn't get the ball. Not one of them when we did. No one can string together a pass. Maxi blasts it, miles away instead of crossing it. And then the corner kick at the end. You've got a defender in goal for 5 minutes. Just get a dig on target. You know
I know, right? Yeah.
If Roy Keane's your manager, he's happy with his goalkeeper.
Yeah. To be all right. So we'll actually let's discuss this whole Robert Sanchez incident because personally I don't blame the guy because I probably would have done the same thing and I think we would have been kind of pissed off if Darlow didn't do that because they did win us a point. And to be honest, if you didn't do that, Callum Wilson probably slots that into the net, and that's 3 points dropped. So
he did what he had to do for his team.
Yeah, it was a necessary
I
evil.
disagree with that. I just think when that happens in that kind of manner, when it is the difference, especially, you think about it, that 2 points could be the difference between us staying up this season and not that we've just dropped there. I'm not saying it will. There's a long time to go.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is when something that is as costly as that, I don't think a simple red card and bog standard ban should be enough. Yeah, you're happy your keeper's done it with your team, no doubt. But I do think, as a rule, if you're a goalkeeper and you do that, I think that should be a minimum at least 3-game ban, if not 4.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it has to be extra than just a normal red card because it's a bit more egregious than a normal red card, isn't it? Because you're not just wiping a player out, you're actually also denying a goal. So in that respect, I think maybe they should up the punishment, but ultimately, yeah, if my goalkeeper does that, if Carol Darlow does that, well, we need to
take one for the team. Take one for the team.
And fine, you go for it, but it doesn't excuse our lack of ability to get a shot away against a defender. That hurts us just as much. Yeah,
absolutely. And thank you to Beetle Greg. Quick, thank you for the super chat. We've had like 4 or 5 today super chats. That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. He said we're still fighting for the 17th place. Up the tune. 100% agreed with that. And hopefully Eddie Howe is that guy to get us out of that relegation zone, because relegation would be disaster. And that's why I'm so hungry and not happy over just 8 points. I wanted 3. Just to make this clear, just because I want something doesn't mean that we deserve it or whatnot. But I wanted 3 points from this game. But there's a difference also between looking at it realistically. Brighton are a much better team than us right now. Manager, they've got a better manager. Goalkeeper, probably the most. That's probably the most debate. Dubravka versus Sanchez, because Sanchez, to be fair, has done pretty well since his introduction in the side in Brighton. He's done actually pretty well. But I guess I'd give the edge to Dubravka. More Premier League experience, and proven and whatnot. Midfield.
Going back to what you were, sorry,
what?
go on.
No.
Going back to what Connor was just saying there about the goalkeeper coming out, and we've got to look at the game and say we can't blame ourselves that we didn't win the game simply because of that chance. We didn't win the game because we didn't have a goal in the first half. That's what we've got to look at. We can sit here and say, well, yes, the goalkeeper he's done with. He's done with without lubricant tonight. Let's just say that. However, we in the first half didn't do enough. In the first half to justify that little bit of luck. I said to my dad, when the shit's on top of you, it gets heavier. And today it got a little bit heavier. The luck doesn't go your way when you're at the bottom. And
I think you feel it because as poor as we've been this season, and we have been rubbish. I mean, this is the first time in the club's history we have failed to win a game in the opening 11 Premier League games. That is a disgrace. And I don't care. So all these media people who want to sit and show all the sympathy in the world to Steve Bruce, he shouldn't have been sacked. That's why he was sacked. And that's why Graeme Jones can get himself straight to fuck as well, as far as I'm concerned. He did not have a plan in that first half. We had no idea what we were doing. They were just running around like headless chicken, hoping something would break to them. But because we've been so poor, that luck we've had, because we have had some decisions as well go against them that have been horrendous. You look at the very first game against West Ham, you're conceding a penalty that's
never a penalty.
In the VAR age especially, and then against Aston Villa, all the way about, we should get one. So you're right, but when you're not playing well...
Then a Wilson goal, toenail offside.
Yeah, so these things have been a factor, but obviously when we're going out into games without a plan, without an identity, then that costs us. But I hope, Eddie Howe didn't look very happy in the stands. That's a good sign to me. That's a man that as soon as he can get into that training ground, hopefully first thing on Monday morning, he will tear them apart.
Get to
play them back this game and show them exactly what the problem is, because he'll have been watching it and taking notes. He had a wee screen in front of him, sitting next to Stavely. So I hope that's what he does, because we need that. And we
was the subs too late?
Oh yeah, it was like Bruce all over again.
It's,
You know, I
it's Bruce. It
Does
is.
this, here's the question, though. Doesn't this prove that all those
Yeah.
times we were talking when Graeme Jones came in and said, well, you know, we got that result because of Jones, that wasn't the case. That was more luck, or we just had a good day than Graeme
Totally
Jones.
agree.
And that proves it, because as a manager, he is hopeless. And I think Luton Town fans would probably agree with us there as well. So, yeah, he can go back there as far as I'm concerned.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we need to let him go. He did his time. He's a nice guy and all that. But like I said at the very beginning of this stream, we're not a fucking charity. We're not. This ain't a nice guys boys club or whatever. No, it's a fucking professional football team. We can't get relegated. And
On the
also,
subject of,
bring
on the
in.
subject, sorry, Paul.
No, what are you saying?
What you saying, Adi?
On the subject of Graeme Jones, I mean, I'm neither a fan or a negative about him, but I do agree with what Lee said a few days ago on the channel. We do need a clean slate. I honestly think anyone that's been associated with the coaching or any involvement in the first team does either need to have a backstep role or can't be involved in the first team tactics. And I can't see Graeme Jones accepting a job which is effectively going to be a demotion of the job that he originally had.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's needed if we're going to move forward. It's a little bit unfair on the guy. I totally get that. But I'm just thinking of what's best for us.
Absolutely agreed, man. I couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest. Yeah, and Eddie Howe's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of fucking work to do, man. He's got a lot of work. And it's gonna start and end with fitness. Because if we had better fitness today and a game plan, an attacking game plan, might have won this game. You never know, because Brighton did play well. They did play well, but they had a few chances where they should have buried it. Let's be real. They should have probably won this game just as much as we're saying we got robbed. This is almost one of those games where both teams could, talk themselves up. Both fan bases could be like, we got robbed. And that's why probably the draw is the fairest result, to be honest. But Dayan, what are your thoughts on the match and about Graeme Jones? I guess we're discussing him a little bit, but what are your thoughts?
I don't think Brighton can really feel hard done by, because to some extent I think they bottled it a little bit, because they were in control of the game, and in the second half obviously Newcastle were a lot better. I shouldn't say a lot better. We were somewhat better. Marginally better. Still awful in possession on the ball, but Brighton Brighton just invited pressure on themselves, to be honest. So I think the Newcastle fans that were there today deserve a hell of a lot of credit, because they were shouting their heads off, chanting the whole game, and I think that really had I think towards the end of the game, you could see that having an impact on the players. And after Hayden got his goal, obviously.
Well said.
Yeah, but I was happy with the fights and the desire in the second half. But I think it's evident. You can see that the problems are systemic in terms of not having a way to play. And Graeme Jones, obviously, it's a very difficult job, I think, for anyone being Newcastle manager at the moment with the players that we've got. But he's not it's 3 games now, right? He's not shown anything more in the 3 games that he's been in charge in terms of having an idea of how we can play with the ball. And still conceding chances, obviously, in defense as well. Absolutely. And welcome, Dylan, by the way. Welcome, Dylan. Sorry, I was just making sure you're on camera, but welcome. So what are you can give us your quick thoughts about the game, and I was going to ask you guys about just man of the match and some other questions, but what I don't know, what are your thoughts?
I would have taken the point at the start of the game, but obviously with what happened with Wilson and Sanchez at the end, it's so fucking difficult to take. But look, we'll take the point. But being said, we're in a very bad position when we now have 5 points from 10 games and we're happy with a point away from Brighton. That still has us 5 points from safety. Like, that's kind of where we're at now. That's pretty depressing. But look, we'll plod on, as Steve Bruce would say, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Does
Well,
anyone
you know,
think? Does anyone think Wilson could potentially have tried to stay on his feet there? Because I didn't see the foul first.
No, when you see it, when you see the angle that they show you in VAR, the keeper does
foot
clips his foot on, his right foot on his left, and there's nothing.
And when you're running at that pace, the tiniest nip will get you down.
That's how you know, because when the referee didn't give it at first, that's how you know. And even when they show the replay and you go, "What was the contact?" You know there's contact because there isn't a player in the world goes down.
No, I knew obviously that it was a foul. I just thought even if he's been fouled, he should try and stay on his feet and slot it away. Because
I think Wilson's touch invites the foul. Personally, he could have took a wide around him and he couldn't have touched them.
Do you know what the thing is as well? It was probably the first time in the match that we had exploited that pass, because that pass was on a couple of times when Brighton were pressing forward and there was space in behind. It was the first time we'd executed it properly.
Well, that was Joe Linton who played that pass.
I thought he was brilliant when he came on.
Yeah,
I thought he was excellent when he came on.
Yeah, he really did improve the team. He looked more of a threat. But at one point, he won his first touches. He was surrounded by about 3 players towards the byline for a throw in, and he actually back heel nutmegs one of them, which is not something Joe Linton does very often. But I thought he was good. But
I think the difference was in the.
No, sorry, I was just finished.
No, sorry, go on, mate. I think the difference was in the second half when the ball was going up in the first half. The ball was bouncing off either Wilson, saint-maximin going to a Brighton player. Joe Linton was actually holding the ball up. He might not have won the ball, but the defender might have had to put it out for a throw-in. We were winning throw-ins. It just got way up the pitch. Sorry to interrupt, by the way, Connor. Sorry.
No, it was just I think all over the park at times, it was the biggest problem when it came to trying to attack and going forward, and even defensively at times, it was the decision making. We're playing the wrong pass too many times, or you see things like it's come back out for a corner, we've got plenty in the box, and Jacob Murphy's having speculative efforts for 35, 40 yards out. Just don't shoot for there. Just whip it back in or play it down to come back in again. You're no scoring for there. You know, you're Jacob Murphy, not Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, no, right.
To be fair, though, I would cut him slack with that, because when the ball bounces up like he did, the temptation's always going to be there to hit it on the volley, because your name's up in lights all of a sudden. If you score, it's a worldie of a goal, but obviously he's not as good as he.
And he does strike it pretty well.
He thought, but
I agree. Oh, sorry.
I kind of want to ask you guys about. And I want to draw attention to Kieran Clark, because I know Kieran Clark has been a loyal player.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. We have nothing.
He's a good guy.
We have nothing against him, but on the field is where we have the problem.
The problem that we've got is everyone else wants to draw attention to Kieran Clark.
Yeah. I'm not even. I don't even want to draw attention to the foul that he committed for the penalty. I just think too often when I see him on the ball, I know he's a defender, but for me, like Newcastle even our defenders need to be better footballers. And I think Kieran Clark's he doesn't look like a Premier League quality footballer to me.
I agree.
A lot of the time, there was probably at least 5 times I saw today. He gets the ball and he's got about 10 yards of space before someone cuts him, and he's having to turn and pass it back to Darlow because he's got no ability to play around.
Yeah, I think Kieran Clark is abysmal, along with all of our other center backs. Personally, guys, would you be sad to see any of Federico Fernandez, Lascelles?
I like Fernandez. I think Fernandez and Shearer are decent.
The best of a bad bunch, you'd say?
Sorry?
Best of a bad bunch.
Well, yeah,
Fernandez
best of a bad bunch. But no, I think Shearer is more than capable to play in that team. But even if not, as a centre back, Sorry?
Shad.
Is- Shaw's
He's a better footballer. He's just volatile because he does risky things.
He's almost like Xhaka at
Fernandes is the
Arsenal,
best
speaking of
neutral
Swiss
defender.
players. He's like,
The Swiss like to stay neutral in politics and whatnot, but some of their footballers are a little bit dicey. Yeah, like Xhaka, I agree. He can be a little bit of kind of risky somewhat.
Yeah, I think we all wish that our Swiss would get out in neutral more often when he's played for us.
Yeah.
He sits there too. I actually think there's a couple of defenders there who can definitely be coached to be even better. I think Rafa worked with a lot of that defence and what.
and we had a
some of the games. Look at Man United when we beat them 1-0 and we're clinging on for dear life. That was a defence.
But we had a decent defensive record under Rafa. That's what annoys me with the comparisons with Bruce and Rafa. I'm not going to say we played so much better under Rafa because we didn't, but he knew how to have the team set up to grind results.
So much better under Rafa. Not played. There's a difference between being good attacking and being good defending. And then when you say you play well, that means your defense and your attack are doing well. We defended well under Rafa.
We had an identity.
Yes.
I don't think it's so much just that. I also think the aspect of it is the fact that sometimes you have to recognise when it's not working, when the system ain't working. And how many games did we sit here, half time, under Steve Bruce watching, and you could see it wasn't working. We were lucky, we were still at 0-0 or whatever. It's still been the game. It didn't work. We were playing awful, and Steve Bruce changed nothing at half time. Mind he's thinking, well, we're still going, so we'll just keep going for it. Whereas there were times,
a lot of the time today,
where better managers will change it.
Losses.
I think Andrew just technical glitch, but he's back. What were you about to say, Andrew? Sorry.
Sorry. My argument is Hayden's getting his goal from eventually we're gambling, putting people in the box, and that's something that we've not done all season.
That's the word, eventually gambling.
Absolutely.
We had to gamble at some point, and
Exactly.
we've just been lucky. You wouldn't pick Hayden to be that player, would you, on a normal circumstance?
Yeah,
but
that comes out
of the guy.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of credit to Hayden for that goal. But I think players getting in that position, gambling, getting into the box, comes from being able to retain a little bit of possession and, like, instead of just hoofing it every time to Wilson, because in order to, for players to risk it and get in that position, you kind of have to have more set pieces in their area, more of the ball, and that's what that goal came from, in my opinion. Because
absolutely,
yeah.
Now, so we'll touch on some because there's some pretty good questions in the comments too. So I'll go, touch on a few. So, Stu with an interesting comment. Do you think Connor Goldson from Rangers could improve us? Now, me and Connor watch a lot of Rangers. We're big fans, of course. And he's done well in Europe too. And Dayan disagrees, the Celtic boy. But what do you think about Connor Goldson, guys? I would take him personally.
No.
My issue.
Did you call me a Celtic boy?
We can't afford to take gambles on players that are playing in leagues that are questionable. Don't get us wrong. Van Dijk is an exception to the rule. Let's be honest. Adjur at Brentford, I seen him in the Scottish League, and I knew when he came into Premier League he was going to be decent. He's got, if you're in a team and is a certain way, he's a big, tall lad. He's good on the ball. He might not be the most mobile.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really comment because I don't even know who he is.
Where
okay, fair enough. No, but in the Europa League, that's the thing also with Connor Goldson. Why I agree with the SPFL comment. It is strong a league as others per se. But what I'm pointing at too also is in the Europa League against strong opposition. I mean, Rangers have only lost a few games at Ibrox in the Europa League. Some pretty strong opponents. They've only lost to Bayer Leverkusen, Slavia Praha, and Olympique Lyonnais recently at home. And Connor Goldson, before that, I believe they beat Spartak Moscow at home before in the Europa League. And, he's done well on the European stage, and so that gives me some credibility. So I would take Connor Goldson, but Dayan, what is your opinion on him? Might be a little biased, but your opinion.
I don't know who he is.
Oh, Dylan, sorry.
I was going to say, you keep getting Dean confused. I can understand why, but because they're very similar sounding names.
I know I'm not a Celtic boy. I have a Celtic family now, but I'm not as a. But I do like the Scottish League. I won't lie, but I'm not sure on Goldson because Rangers, a lot of they haven't had the best defensive record in the like they're conceding a lot of goals. I think.
Yeah.
Conceded the first goal in their last 4 or 5 games. And I think Goldson is a decent defender, but it's like Tavernier looks like a superstar at Rangers. But in all honesty, like if you brought Tavernier to the Premier League, he'll be found out. Goldson.
Well, Tavernier was obviously a Newcastle lad. That's
yeah.
Obviously. Another one that you could argue perhaps Newcastle let go a little bit early, but we've done that with a lot of players. But I think at this stage of his career, bringing him back, I'm not sure he would even come back at this stage of his career because
he's playing
Luis
in Europe.
Diaz, there's the player.
Luis Diaz for Porto. I agree. I watched the AC Milan Porto game on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. Scored a goal for Milan. Was very lively in that game. I really like
the midfielder forwards. Brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I like Luis Diaz a lot. Porto and obviously the Liga Portugal or Liga NOS. They've got it's a good league and some very, very talented players that come from there. So I would take Luis Diaz definitely.
Hakan Changalungu. I only say it because I can't spell it.
I think that's a bit premature because he only signed Inter from Milan in the summer.
Yeah.
What a strike of a football. Wow.
Free kicks are unbelievable.
Çalhanoğlu, when he was at Hamburg, scored a
free kick from the halfway line against Dortmund.
It was insane.
Yeah, oh my God.
Good player on the ball, but the problem is sometimes he goes anonymous during the game for Inter.
Is he better than Saint-Maximin? Because that's exactly why we've got him in the team.
That's fair. That's a fair point. And
as a dribbler.
Yeah. This is another good comment for discussion. We'll need to beat one of the big teams before January 1st to go with a win against Brentford and Norwich. That absolutely. We need to beat Brentford and Norwich. I am not happy at all with anything less than 6 fucking points after Brentford and Norwich.
Yeah, but you just know against Brentford it'll be Ivan Toney will rock up and he'll score like a hat trick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we don't beat Norwich, we're getting relegated.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they've just sacked their manager. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah.
In a good state, despite the fact they get their first win of the season, and now they sacked them. I mean,
it shows the winning culture at Norwich that even winning games isn't good enough for them.
Yeah. Odd decision, but at least Norwich are they're trying something new. They're trying something new, and that's what we're doing. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. It is a bit worrying because I think under Fark they definitely would have been probably bottom. If I kept them, and that's not really his fault because he tries to play some attacking football, and they've got some decent players, but defensively for the most
he's
part.
a bit like Steve Bruce, though. He's not a Premier League manager.
Yes,
he had a crack in the Premier League a couple of seasons ago with Norwich. Didn't work. They got relegated. He stayed, got them back up. He's got the nous to get teams out of the Championship. I just think that step up to the Premier League's maybe a little bit beyond him.
He could do very well in like the Bundesliga, I think. Daniel Fark, obviously, because he's German. I think he could be
David Wagner almost at Huddersfield. He went to Schalke and started well, but then obviously they went to shit. But
they got relegated and they're still in the 2 Bundesliga. Yes, I agree. Yeah. Just because you're not a good enough Premier League manager doesn't mean you could do something else somewhere else. But anyways,
you have got to wonder what Potter's capable of, though, with good players.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then sorry, I keep cutting you off, man.
Just a half joke anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just going to say, by the time he left Schalke, they were wishing it was Wagner from X Factor that they had appointed.
And then he also says, I think Arsenal, who do you think Newcastle are more likely to beat, Arsenal or Leicester?
Leicester.
Leicester because Leicester
Arsenal.
we're playing Arsenal in what 3 weeks' time. That
Mhm.
at the Emirates, and they've kind of they're not
They've
in
picked it up now.
but they're in
It's
better form.
neither an option.
Neither.
Uh,
That's my answer. I don't
They
think
both
we'll
got
bet- I
pace
don't
in
think
behind,
we'll
and
bet
that's
either.
what we're struggling against. So
Yeah,
And Arsenal are defensively solid now as well.
Shit record against both of them,
Yeah.
haven't we? So
we're not going to get anything from them 2 games.
I mean, never say never. We
I
drew
think
against
Leicester
Brighton.
are hit and miss. Leicester are a team that'll beat Man United one week and then they'll play, say, us or Norwich or someone the next.
they drew against
then
Spartak
they'll
Moscow
drop
on
points.
Thursday at home too. Yeah.
Can I
Mm.
just,
Aye, but with changes in the team though at the same time, Steve. To be fair to the guys,
can I
like,
ask a question? Because just in case I missed it, I might have done.
Mhm.
Did Joe Willie not get on today?
No.
yeah, exactly, mate. Well done.
Is that all about?
I was screaming for it,
No,
for it.
Bruce
Because it's
definitely
supposed to be on
brainwashed Graeme Jones.
Yeah,
But Jones cannot be as stupid as he's shown to be in his team.
We had our best periods when we pressed them high, and that's what Joe Willock's good at, and he never got on the pitch.
Mhm.
I agree.
Did
Yeah.
he hit Steve Bruce in his ear in the tusk or something like that? Is that what's
Oh,
going to
yeah, he's brainwashed by him. I thought I'd be actually, I have a bit of hope with Jones. Obviously, we've Howe coming in now, so that's Jones out of the equation, thankfully. But no, Jones has proven he will never get the Newcastle job.
Mhm.
There was a slim chance, even if he did well, let alone now.
But I said this before, he's not a manager.
No, he's a good coach,
he's a
but not a good
coach,
manager.
But that doesn't always translate into being a manager.
Mhm.
And it's not one. He's had a couple of, flurries in the touchline, and it's never worked because I don't think he really knows what to do. I think he gets a plan A and he has absolutely no clue what to do with that.
When you're starting with Kraft repeatedly, I'll begin to question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you begin to question how good he is at his craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
We've got to
comment.
thank him for persevering with this shit show for 3 weeks, in committing himself in a he showed himself to be a decent bloke during these 3 weeks. So let's just thank him for getting with 2 points and then on to the next phase of Newcastle United. Let's not kick him and say, well, he's not capable of doing this, and we don't know because he's had to pick up a shit show. If he goes into somewhere that's not a Luton town where they were down on the knees, or
I get what you're saying, Andy, I do, and you're right, but it's a shit show that he didn't pick up a shit show. It's a shit show he was already a part of.
Yeah,
to begin with.
he came in halfway through though, didn't he, mate? To be fair,
But he saw
when you're
enough
on
of
a
what
sinking
Bruce
ship,
was
it's easy
doing
to
to
just.
know. Sorry, Andrew.
So when you're on a sinking ship, for me, it's very easy to add weight to it and it go down. It's very hard to put your hand out and lift the whole place up. I totally agree with you, Connor. I don't honestly think we'll ever see him in a championship club or maybe a League One club. Yes, I think his coaching skills are very good, but I just think man to man, things are here. I don't know. It's each their own. I just think he's accepted a big job, considering he's only been a Luton manager in the past. He knew there was going to be a lot of pressure and a lot of press on him. He's took the job. He's dealt with it with dignity, and let's just give him praise for what he did. I know he's not done a great job, but I think we're too easy to hammer people at times.
Mm-hmm. I have no hard feelings towards Graeme Jones because I didn't expect anything more from him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he's been here 3 weeks, and he's tried his best to steady the ship. He's got 2 points from 3 games, which is better than what Bruce managed prior to him as a points average from games. And I think the owners have done the right thing in managing to get a proper manager in. I mean, I wish they had done it sooner, to be honest. But we've got a manager right now, so see what.
And the other thing is too about Graeme Jones is that, like Dan says, Jones oversaw an uptick in form last season. He's done the job he was asked to do for the last 3 weeks, and he's done an okay job. But some of the lineups and stuff haven't been great.
I don't deny that he had a a positive impact initially when he came in.
Yeah.
Initially,
And that comment there, and I said this earlier, I think what we all have to realise now, and it was easy to get caught up in it at the time because of how rank rotten things had been, and we had somehow managed to pull out, 5 wins in the last 7 games out of our backsides. But
Yeah.
I said it earlier, what we've seen the last couple of weeks, and yes, you thank Jones and you have sympathy for him,
Yeah.
shows that it's not necessarily true that Jones came in and all of a sudden,
that was down to him. Yeah.
it was all about him. I think there has to be balance. We all didn't like Bruce, and he made idiotic statements at times and mistakes. But reflecting upon that now, to say, "Well, Jones came in and done all this great work," he done a positive impact, but you can't give him all the credit.
All the credit, yeah.
Well, I respect him. I respected him at that time more than anything for questioning Bruce, because I think you could visibly see that he challenged him.
Yeah.
At that time, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean about the positive impact. They certainly challenged him. So there's absolutely no doubt in that.
Johnny Greenwood coming in with a comment. Brentford, Norwich, and Burnley are our next 3 home games. Huge games.
Huge.
Gonna be pissed
Huge
off
games.
if we don't get 9. I'm gonna be pissed off if we don't get 9. Seriously.
Six
I-
needed.
I've
7.
Got to get 7 from them games. Got to.
Yeah, I was going to say that myself. I think 7 from those games. If we're going to stay
Brentford draw,
7
lost or win the other 2.
Brentford
Well,
aren't
if
in
we-
great form though. Brentford
If
aren't
we
in
lose
great
the
form.
first, then that's already out of the question, isn't it?
Brentford's form's kind of slipping a little bit. I think we should get a win against them, win against Norwich, and probably draw against Burnley. We get it, or either which way it does. As long as we get 7 points, then I think we're okay. If we get less than 4 points from their games, then we're looking at relegation, I think.
Yeah.
I think you could see today, in the second half. I've already said about the team shape and the way we play and all that, and how it's dreadful. But I think you could see the desperation. We desperately need a win now, because I think if we continue much longer without a win, the performances, I suspect, will not pick up because the players won't have the confidence. So.
Yeah.
Well, we're making history
is-
for all the wrong reasons right now. We've never went this long without a win at the start of the campaign.
I get the impression with a lot of these players, though, and look, it's probably me just being pissed off and being sour grapes with the team. I get the feeling with a few of them, they don't care anymore. Because let's face it, more 90% of that team, maximum the next 2 years, won't be at the club. So they're kind of thinking, why the fuck am I here? Even if I play well, I'm still going to be shifted on. I don't know if that's me just being sour with the team, but I get that impression with a few of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Who would
be
you accuse of that?
Yeah. No, I like I said, I'm gonna be extremely pissed off if we don't get 9 points from those games, because those are winnable games. They're at home, and we're gonna have Eddie Howe, and you know what? It's gonna be a clean slate under Howe too, and we'll see how many players take that chance. Maybe Kieran Clark can actually start fucking defending. That would be nice. Or Lascelles, or really any of our defense. Maybe Matt Ritchie won't be played as a fucking left wing back anymore. Fuck, that pisses me off so much. And hopefully he won't be on set pieces, because he was, again, pretty damn
Shite.
yeah, he was shite. He was shite.
Shite.
Really fucking bad.
You say about Eddie Howe being a clean slate, but I mean, we've seen with other, say, what's his name, Arsenal's manager.
Yep.
Arteta, yeah. You've seen how long it's taken him to make anything of that Arsenal team. I think it takes quite a long time. Usually half a season for a team to start performing, and really being efficient in the way the manager wants them to
together,
play.
kind of.
So let's not kid ourselves. Like, the first 2 or 3 games under Eddie Howe aren't going to be much different. There might be that kind of like
New manager
bounce.
Yeah.
New manager bounce. So players will be playing for that, but like the system, we won't see evidence of that having changed much. Maybe what we'll see is him making better team selection, but like, we're not going to start playing, entertaining attacking football all of a sudden.
No.
Yeah, And that's a valid point to make, because this will be a gradual thing. This isn't going to be coming in and we're looking like Atalanta or Man City or Leeds or whatever. It's not going to be full out crazy attack, but it should be a stern improvement on what we've seen for a really fucking long time as Newcastle fans. We haven't had an attacking gung-ho performance in a very, very long time, and nothing consistent either. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it does. But
I think one of the first things
it should be a help
is who are the leaders in that changing room? Who are the guys best equipped on the pitch to actually lead the team as well? Because
I would advocate for
carry that message.
Matt Ritchie.
I would advocate for Isaac Hayden being the club captain now.
No,
I wouldn't.
I know he's not a great footballer, right? But in terms of his performance, I feel like he's the one on the field that's leading at the moment.
I
do agree with that. Actually, I do actually agree with that last point. I do agree with that. Yeah.
I think Callum Wilson, personally. I think he's one of the few players you see out there week in, week out. He busts a gut every week. And he's one of the only players in attack in particular. You see him shouting at players when they are making poor passes, when things aren't going well. You need somebody to have that bit of, even when he scores, if he scores an equaliser or whatever, he doesn't cheer and go, it's all about me. You can actually see him saying to the team, right, come on, let's get the, let's go here. I think, me personally, that's who I would give the captaincy to. I know he's injury prone, but for as long as he's fit.
I agree if he stays fit. If he stays fit, I totally agree. Yeah. But is he going to stay fit?
You've made that point before that's why you don't want him as captain, because he's injured half the time. Aye.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Or maybe Dubravka is captain, possibly.
One question I've got to ask.
Not playing at the moment, though.
Do you think that it's an advantage for Eddie Howe, the fact that he's got a relationship with previous players at the club? Or do you think it's going to be a disadvantage? Simply because his relationship seems great with Callum Wilson, it seems great with Matt Ritchie, but Matt Ritchie's a player out of form in the team. For me, I think he's just not good enough for the team anymore. Then you've got a player like Ryan Fraser, who he's fell out with. And I honestly think if you get the best out of Ryan Fraser, he's good enough for our first team squad, without doubt.
I don't want Ryan Fraser playing. I have no faith in him, to be honest.
Neither do I. Yeah, I agree. I'm just wondering whether Eddie Howe.
Same with John Joe Shelby. No faith in him. He was.
I think Eddie Howe can get the best out of Ryan Fraser though, because when he was at Bournemouth, okay, they fell out that last season, but prior to that, Ryan Fraser was their main man almost always. Him and Callum Wilson, anyway, maybe Josh King, and that's because Eddie Howe got the best performances out of him. I think he's capable of doing that again, because they're grown men. It's a new club. It's a different day. It's not the same as at Bournemouth. I reckon one of the first things Eddie Howe's going to do is go in and set that stall out to all the players and say, look, forget what's happened, before, or, with conflicts that may have been here, or players who might not be getting in. It's different now. And he'll have maybe a one-to-one with Ryan Fraser and go, look, we can't afford to have this squabble. It's done. It's just focus on the club. And I think they can both do it. It's whether Ryan Fraser can get himself up for it and motivated enough. That is the question. But I think he can, because he plays quite well for us, actually, at times. I think Steve Clark's got a fairly good relationship with him for Scotland. So I think Eddie Howe could do it.
He's a very talented player. He's just not really he hasn't showcased it when he's had the chance, but he's not had a consistent chance either to showcase it in that kind of way.
I'm just a bit skeptical about his, people. I've heard people referring to him as pacey, but I don't really see the pace. I know he can whip a ball in sometimes. I think I've just not seen the best of him, and I don't know what the best of him is.
Right.
Because for me, in a Newcastle shirt, he's never impressed.
I agree with that. He hasn't the trend so far hasn't been nothing. He hasn't set the world alight. I mean, and injuries have played their part in that. But then when he gets a chance, it's not as great. But I think Eddie Howe in his lineup against Brentford, don't be surprised seeing a Ryan Fraser, Callum Wilson, ASM front three. I wouldn't be surprised. Or
Miggy in the number 10.
What?
Miggy in the number 10.
Yeah, I would love that.
I am calling for that the whole time.
Yeah.
Miggy's best performances for Paraguay have come as a number 10, and at Atlanta United, him and Joseph Martinez picked up loads of goals. He is a number 10. Yeah.
When you consider 6 months earlier we signed Fraser, Arsenal were supposed to be reportedly willing to pay £30 million for him.
Yeah.
He was linked to Chelsea for like 60 million 2 years before his contract was out. That's how him and Wilson had like.
I do agree with Dylan. I think since he's came to it, he did have an injury before he came to it, and I do honestly think he's lost that explosive yard off the mark. But he's still got great balance to turn somebody, but I just think that we don't get people close to him. I don't see it in him. I don't see that he wants to do well for us. I don't see it. I'd love to it, because when we signed him, I thought, what a good player. But
I thought it was a coup, yeah.
Now, what formation do you guys want Eddie Howe to go with for Brentford? I want a 4-3-3.
4-4-1-1.
4-4-1-1. Okay, fair enough. Have what? So you'd have to, I think we all agreed Dubravka in goal. I think Darlow he stepped in as backup, or maybe someone disagrees. Dubravka in goal.
If he's fully fit, he's your number one, isn't he?
Absolutely. And then if we're going the back four, I would say put in Jamal Lewis. Has to be. And center backs is tricky. I don't. Shar and Fernandez.
If he's fit, yes, and Shaw, yeah, agreed, mate, agreed.
Because I don't think Kieran Clark and Lascelles have been very good at all lately.
No, Lascelles can just leave for me.
Then becomes the toss up though. Who do you have in the?
Is Shaw actually fit then?
Is it?
He played for Switzerland 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At right back, I want Manquillo. Over Kraft.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kraft is very good for Sweden, but it just doesn't translate on the club level for me.
I don't understand how Manquillo's not just first choice. One of the first names on the sheet at the moment. To be honest.
Know, right? Yeah, because he was one of our best players in the game against Chelsea. And there have been a few games where he's been quite good. His pace and he's done some pretty good work.
He's an athletic guy, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think that would be our back four. And then what? So my three in the midfield. What? I would say Willock, Miggy as the 10, and then Isaac Hayden.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking a 4-4-1.
Oh, 4-4. Oh, fair enough. 4-4-1. So the four in midfield, who would you guys go with? What?
4-4-1-1. 4-4-1-1.
You can play it different ways, though, can't you? 4-4-1-1, you can play so many different ways. When you haven't got the ball, you can drop two, and when you have, you can push two. That's why I think the midfielders we have, like Miggy, can sit in the midfield. If you play, like we've been playing them on the left side of midfield in a 3, it doesn't work. If you play him in a 4 cross midfield, I think that works. Simply because when we don't have the ball, he sits higher and the defensive players do their job. He's there for when you've got a break. Your winger comes back. For example, if your winger in this case is Joe Linton out on the left, we know how good he is. It's winning balls in the air at the back and etc. You hold him back. Miggy wins the ball in the middle of the pitch. We know that the problem with Miggy is he runs into corridors. Let's agree. I think you give him that license to be able to play it short, get up the pitch, give it to Joe Linton. Joe Linton will hold the ball up. You can get up the pitch. You play saint-maximin as the one behind the striker. And on your right-hand side, you take a pick between Ryan Fraser or Willock. I think Willock could do a job out on the right, personally. I think he might not be pacey, but he's tricky on the ball.
Right. He is very good at dribbling and taking on players also. And getting shots off, too. Can definitely,
I would go with that. I would actually make one change to that, though. I'd actually have saint-maximin out on the right, and I'd have Willock playing in behind the striker.
That's where Willock's at it. Or sorry, that's where
it's a more natural position for Joe Willock. And I think when he was scoring the goals he did at the end of last season, a lot of them were coming for that sort of middle of the park area that he was in. I mean, you could
make those runs into the box.
You get him a swap. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
gives you that rotation option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think one of our biggest problems at the moment, as compared with other teams I see us play against, like Brighton today, for example, is I think so many players, and I'll include Miggy in this, I'll include saint-maximin in this, to be honest, a little bit today, because he did a fair bit of defensive work. But so many of our players are having to do so much work off the ball defensively, running back and forth, that when they actually gain possession of the ball, they're so knackered, either knackered or just frantic, because it's like we have the ball sometimes, once every 3 minutes, that they can't piece anything together. So I really hope Eddie Howe can, coach them, train them a little bit in ball progression.
I think he will, and I think you'll probably see a slightly higher back line under Eddie Howe, because he does like that more attacking
man marking too.
So if you play a slightly higher back line and try and play the offside trap, because to be fair, a lot of teams in the Premier League are playing against like Brighton today, or especially even teams like Brentford or whatever, will often try for that sort of gap in behind. So if we will step up a little, albeit the defenders need to be well drilled and competent enough to pull it off. But if
you've got that base at the back to do that, though, Connor, haven't you?
Well, yeah, and then you've got less ground for the midfielders to have to cover and actually then end up, knackered by the time they get it. Equally, if the defenders can dig it out a bit more themselves and then play it into the midfield, it's ideal. But again, the defenders have got to work hard enough for that to work. And there's a couple of them in there. I'm just not sure whether they've got it in the locker.
Well, I mean, didn't we see a few games back? Was it against Crystal Palace? I can't remember. Who's that like Asian forward who just came out?
Young Wolves.
Wang Leipzig. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think we got caught out in that game, didn't we? With the high line to some extent.
Definitely.
We also let Raul Jimenez. He bypassed our midfield way too much, because he would do what Harry Kane kind of does. He'd drop back a little bit, and the two passes for the two Huang goals were excellent. They're excellent passes from Raul Jimenez. I'm very familiar with him as a USA fan. We actually play Mexico next Friday, and that's a big game for us. So hopefully it doesn't fuck me over again on the club and country level, but. Jimenez, that was the problem with the Wolves game. I think we just allowed him way too much time on the ball, and he got to pass, and Huang has that pace.
That's what we're talking about, being well drilled though, and competent to do it. Because that instance like that have happened. You look at the Spurs game a couple of weeks ago. Harry Kane's only onside, because when we're trying to play the offside trap, we don't execute it properly, and Jamal Lascelles, who's next to him, is supposed to lead that, isn't properly getting his back line organised. So, and the fact
I think it was Manquillo in that situation.
No, but Lascelles was the closest to Harry Kane, and he's the captain, so he's the one leading the line. And it means Manquillo ends up playing him on side because they're not all in sync with what they're doing. So you have to
be I'd challenge anyone this season to look back over the goals we've conceded this season and count on your fingers how many times Jamal Lascelles has turned his back on a goal.
Good point.
I'd put my left testicle on it. It's at least 3.
Why do you think that is? Because he used to be happy to take it in the face. I remember the Championship, and even the first season in the Premier League, he would throw himself in.
Yeah, exactly. That is my question. Why is he doing it? And
it's
this
almost
is your
like
captain.
He's gotten too comfortable with his place in the team that he doesn't feel like he has to put his body on the line anymore. He's like, I'm captain of the club. No matter what I do, I'll still be in the team.
I don't know if it's a question of arrogance, but
first couple of minutes today, Matt Ritchie might have, if he backed off Lamptey anymore, you would have had a seat in the stand.
Yeah.
Stop the cross getting in the box. Don't let him come in on it. it was so bad, and that's what the
True.
captain's doing. So that's exactly what the rest do. It's so bad at the edge of it. That has been our biggest problem this season for me personally.
You see that with Richie all the time, though. In his whenever Richie's defending, he stands about 5 meters off the player.
Like that.
Yeah,
Narrow the gap.
exactly.
Yeah, totally agree, mate. Totally agree.
I mean, and I've seen that so many times. It's just something I associate with Matt Ritchie, and I don't know if anyone's told him. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
you think the coaches, like, you know, proper managers. What proper managers do at the end of every game is watch the game back and analyze what their players are doing.
And this is the problem, though. This is what you get when you play somebody who's not naturally a defender and does not have a defensive mind. Because Richie isn't a defender. You know, he's a winger more than anything else. So his mind is more on the attacking side. That's how you can see him sometimes. He can play good passes. He can play good crosses. But defensively, he's not got a clue. That's why for weeks and weeks we've all been saying, give Jamal Lewis a chance. He's at least a natural defender. He's not been given the chance he should be. Bruce had a problem with him. Apparently, Graeme Jones has just carried that over because he's not bothered either.
Right.
So you're looking at it thinking that's what you're going to get from a player that's not naturally, you know, a defender.
Yeah. I agree.
The worrying thing is it's Richie's corner that causes the goal as well. I mean, people say he's top of the third in the charts for chances created, but the problem is he would be double that if half his crosses actually beat the first defender.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? As well as he's been on the list, if his balls were actually good this season, he'd be top of the list.
Yeah,
It's infuriating coming to sometimes when you see his corner kicks because they're so brutal, and you're just sitting there thinking, "For God, just beat! If you beat the first man, you've got a chance." You've always got a chance.
I mean,
It's a defender or whatever. Yeah, totally agree, mate. Totally agree.
It confuses me though because a lot of his crosses, not all by any means, but a lot of his crosses from open play are quite good. It's just his corner kicks doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. Yeah. So I'm about to wrap up the live stream. I've been going for about 3 hours, 30 minutes about. It's 4:30 here in the US. But before I end, I'll leave you guys with I'll have you guys answer one question for me. Describe this game, this result in one word. I'll start with you, Connor. One word.
One word. Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. Very, very, very interesting. Dayan, what you got?
Frantic. I don't know.
Frantic. Okay. Andrew.
Desperate.
Uninspiring.
Uninspiring. Dayan. Or Dylan, Jesus. Oh my God. Fuck me. Dylan.
Discontented.
I'll say, for my word, controversial. Controversial.
I don't think the result's that controversial, to be honest.
What?
I said I don't think the result is that controversial.
No. The stuff, like in the game, like the end of the game and the penalty possibly is controversial. But hey-ho. But thanks, everyone, for watching and being on the fan forum. I really appreciate all the support. We've got still 106 people watching and some good comments and whatnot. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching this Newcastle Fans TV stream, sponsored by Boyle Sports Betting. And I'm sure I'll talk with Lee, and we'll make a video about gambling addiction and whatnot, because it is Gambling Safety Awareness Week. You know, gambling is fun. I bet on the Newcastle game, but you know, you have to. It's addiction is no joke, whether it's alcohol or drugs or gambling or anything. So it's very important to get that message out there. But we are sponsored by Boyle Sports. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Hit the like button, guys, as well.
Huh?
Hit the like button. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Steve.
Yes. Good point, Andy. Good point. Thank you guys for watching.
Subscribe to the channel.
Away the fucking lads.
Away.
All the best, guys.